Take your time. Lin Chen also knew that it cannot be hurried, so he didn't insist on finding Slug's whereabouts immediately. Anyway, there is no time limit for this mission. He can slowly wait while training. Meanwhile, in some corner of the universe, a planet covered in thick clouds was flying in space at an astonishing speed. This planet was the planetary spaceship transformed by Slug and his group. Inside a palace on the surface of the planet, Slug, who Lin Chen was looking for, was listening to a report from his subordinates. King Slug, 1 more week's travel and we will reach our destination. Sitting on the throne, a tall Namekian nodded. This Namekian was Slug. Compared to Piccolo, Slug was more tall and sturdy. He has recovered his youth and his body contains pure energy. And standing below Slug were several of his capable subordinates. Some of these people were natives of planet Slug, who became Slug's followers. And some of them were demon race subordinates given birth by Slug himself. Most of them were dressed in demon race or planet Slug's clothes, except for a short, purple-skinned alien wearing a Frieza Force battle suit, who stood out from the crowd. Hearing the subordinates' report, one of them said to the man in the battle suit, "Lacaci, is To's treasure going to be on this planet?" When the alien named Lacaci heard this, he immediately smiled and said, "Lord Doradebo, I can't guarantee this." To's didn't trust anyone, only he knew the real location of the treasure, so we can only search for it one by one. Looking for it one by one? Wouldn't it take a lot of time? The demon warrior named Doradebo was staunch in dissatisfaction. But at this time, Slug on the throne suddenly let out a rumbling laugh. "Time he, I'm not short of time now. Doradebo, we don't need to hurry." "Yes, my lord." Doradebo immediately lowered his head. "But Lacaci, although I have plenty of time, I don't arbitrarily waste it. If in the end, we can't find To's treasure, or there is no such thing as To's treasure, you understand the consequences." "Don't worry, my lord. The seeds of Tree of Might are definitely in To's treasure. This news is definitely not wrong." Slug snorted coldly and his dark eyes turned to look at the screen, his thoughts turning to the Tree of Might just mentioned. As revealed by the conversation between the two of them, this alien named Lacaci used to be a subordinate of Saiyan To's. Although To's and his main army was destroyed on Planet Vegeta, in other parts of the universe, there were actually still left surviving subordinates of To's. After learning that To's was dead, these people scattered, but Lacaci defected to Slug and brought him an exciting piece of news. In the past, in order to guard against the counterattack by the Aborigines when growing the Tree of Might, resulting in failure in growing it, To's kept Tree of Might seed as a backup. In addition to this seed, some of Tree of Might's fruits that To's harvested in the past were also preserved by him for emergencies. These things are stored together, which the remnants of To's call To's treasure. And in Lacaci's hands, there are clues about its whereabouts. He had also heard a little about the Tree of Might's fruit. This fruit is formed after absorbing the essence of the planet. After eating it, you can absorb the life essence of an entire planet. In addition to prolonging life, it can greatly improve your strength. Although Slug wasn't pursuing lifespan now, he still desires to improve his strength. After all, he hadn't forgotten the humiliation that the frost demons gave him when his strength declined due to old age. When Slug was young, he had very few opponents in the North area, and he was a widely known tyrannical emperor in the universe. But after encountering the frost demons, Slug suffered very badly. Frost demons are not too powerful even when compared to super Namekians, but frost demons have a long lifespan. Hundreds of years passed and when Slug had grown old and his power level declined, his former adversary King Cold was still in his prime, and he had also given birth to 2 children who were not much weaker. So in the end, the territories that Slug had conquered by fighting for many years were swallowed by the frost demons, and he could only huddle up on planet Slug where he made his fortune. It was the disgrace of Slug's entire life. Now that he has regained his strength, he is naturally ready to seek revenge against the frost demons. He has just heard that Frieza, the genius of the Frost Demon race, has been killed by a Saiyan. When Slug heard this news, he had a feeling that there is always someone better than him. Although he is confident that he can deal with the Frost Demons, he still decided to find the Tree of Might's fruit first and improve his strength. In the blink of an eye, 3 years passed. In the past 3 years, Lin Chen had inquired about Slug's whereabouts more than once, but regretfully, because Slug seems to be looking for something, he wouldn't stay in a single place for too long each time. This made him come up empty-handed every time. Fortunately, there is no time limit for dealing with Slug, so Lin Chen was not in a hurry. While steadily training, he quietly waited for an opportunity. And at this moment, the World Martial Arts Tournament after 3 years was about to start again on Earth. Last time, because of Hanesia's mistake, Lin Chen missed the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament, but this time he doesn't plan to miss it. After arranging a lot of matters early on, Lin Chen returned to Earth together with his 2 wives, preparing to watch this time's World Martial Arts Tournament. Bardock and Jine were also with them. I must watch it this time. Regarding Lin Chen's excitement, Hanesia and the others found it a little strange. It's easy to explain Bardock and TD his wife's reason. After all, they can see their son again, but what's Lin Chen so excited about? How good can the fight of a group of people who don't even have 1000 power level be? Naturally, Hanesia and the others didn't know what World Martial Arts Tournament meant to Lin Chen. It was an emotion. If it wasn't that he was embarrassed to bully weaker opponents, Lin Chen would also want to participate in the tournament in person. However, Lin Chen didn't know that when he went to Earth, on a lifeless planet in the corner of the Milky Way galaxy. King Slug. We found it. To's treasure is on this planet. Hearing his subordinates report, Slug stood up excitedly, very good. Where are Tree of Might's fruits and seeds? We found it. Besides 1 seed, there are 20 Tree of Might's fruits. Well done. Slug sat down on the golden chair and said excitedly, quick, bring them to me. Also, check the star map. Which nearby planet is suitable for planting the Tree of Might? I want to immediately plant the Tree of Might. Your Majesty, the nearest planet is only a week away from us. If we advance at full speed, we may be able to reach it in 3 days. It's just that the planet seems to be under the jurisdiction of Galactic Patrol. After careful calculation, his subordinate replied truthfully. Galactic Patrol? When was I ever afraid of those trash? Set up the route now. I'm going to plant a new Tree of Might as soon as possible. Slug's voice was gloomy and sounded unquestionable. Hearing this, his subordinates immediately stood at attention and shouted in unison, yes. Seeing this, Slug laughed crazily, ha ha ha, wait until I eat these Tree of Might's fruits, what Frost Demons, Saiyans, I will let them know who is the real emperor of the universe. Papaya Island, the venue of the World Martial Arts Tournament. Because of the marvelous contest between Goku and Master Roshi in the last martial arts tournament, the popularity of the World Martial Arts Tournament has risen a lot, and many martial art experts have signed up to participate in this time's tournament. Even Crane Hermit, Turtle Hermit's archenemy, was letting his 2 proud disciples Tien Shinhan and Kaiatsu participate in the tournament. Therefore, this time's tournament was an unprecedentedly grand event. At least in the eyes of the Earthlings. But for Lin Chen and his group who came to watch the tournament, the so-called unprecedentedly grand event, most of the contestants were not even as good as the newly born Saiyan babies. Darling, I really don't understand why you would want to watch this level of tournament. Hanesia stretched while saying. Lin Chen glanced at her and said in dissatisfaction, if you don't want to watch it, just go back to Planet Vegeta. That won't do, I finally came to Earth with such great difficulty. I'm still waiting to eat delicious food. Compared with the calm Hanesia, Bardock and Jine were a little more reserved. Especially the casual clothes they both were wearing, which was making them uncomfortable. Your Majesty, do we really have to wear this? And Thiden TT, it's so troublesome. Bardock pressed the wide hat on his head, which would sometimes fall due to his hair, and lowered the mask on his face. If you don't dress like this, Kakarot will recognize you at a glance. Who made you father and son look exactly the same? Lin Chen said. Are you planning to meet your son today? Of course not. Fine then. Bardock said embarrassedly. Rather than disturbing his son's experience on Earth, he had no choice but to bear with it. Lin Chen, I've heard that Bulma has come too. Shall we go watch with them? Tite said. Okay. Then, outside the venue where preliminaries will be held. Lin Chen and his group met Bulma and the others. She was with Oolong and Puar, who he had met once, and Launch, who he was meeting for the first time. Seeing Lin Chen and Tights walking towards them, Bulma's countenance changed. Bulma, long time no see. Lin Chen stepped forward to say hello. Brother Lin Chen, hello. Bulma's lips twitched a few times and she lowered her head, her voice becoming softer. Ah. Who is that? Right. Saiyan. Oolong and Puar were surprised. Ever since Lin Chen and Tights got married, Bulma had kept her distance from him. Their houses on Earth were clearly only separated by a street, but Bulma would rarely stop by. Seeing all this, Lin Chen could only shake his head and sigh. It wasn't that he didn't understand the little girl's mind, it was just that Bulma's future wasn't part of his. Half a day later, the preliminaries of the martial arts tournament were drawing to an end. The top 8 contestants who qualified for the next round are Goku, Krillin, Tien Shinhan, Kaiotsu, Jackie Chun, Yamcha, Man-Wolf, and Pamput. Basically no difference from the original work. The official tournament will be held in the open-air arena in the afternoon. Next is lunch time. Goku and the others joined Bulma and others. Lin Chen also took the opportunity to meet and say hello to Goku and the others. Brother Lin Chen. Long time no see. Goku was quite excited to again meet Lin Chen, a smile appearing on his face. Yamcha respectfully greeted Lin Chen as he had seen how powerful Lin Chen is. As for Turtle Hermit, seeing Lin Chen again was like a mouse seeing a cat. He felt very nervous. Only Krillin was still in the dark and didn't know who Lin Chen was. Goku, who is he? Why are you all so scared? Krillin, this person is a powerful expert. Even 10 Turtle Hermits are no match for him. Yamcha whispered. Although Turtle Hermit was displeased on hearing this, he did not refute. Hearing this, Krillin was startled. After the greetings, everyone had a meal together. Only Bardock and Jain, for fear of being recognized by Goku, were not with everyone. In the afternoon, the final round of the martial arts tournament was held as scheduled. The course of the tournament was the same as the original work, but there were some differences. Tien Shinhan, who could have easily made it to the final, was in trouble from just the first round against Yamcha. Because of Lin Chen's appearance, Yamcha made up his mind to become stronger early on and went to Kamehameha to train a lot earlier than in the original work. Therefore, his power level has already reached 160. And his opponent, Tien Shinhan, only has 180. Because of which, the fight between the two of them in just the first match was at the level of the finals from the very beginning. In the end, Tien Shinhan fought hard and defeated Yamcha by relying on a wide variety of techniques. But he also lost a lot of energy. Seeing this result, Lin Chen couldn't help touching his chin. It seems that because of his appearance, the strength of Goku and the people around him has improved a bit compared to the original work. As for Goku, it seems that because of the stimulation provided by him, he already has a power level of 200, which is 20 points higher than in the original work. In the original work, the final champion of this World Martial Arts Tournament was Tien Shinhan, but now perhaps Goku will win his first World Martial Arts Tournament ahead of schedule. Just when Lin Chen was watching eagerly, Tights on the side suddenly tugged on Lin Chen's clothes. She was holding a mobile in her hand. Lin Chen, something seems to have happened at home. Tights yelled in Lin Chen's ear. Home. Dr. Brief's house. Yes. Dad told us to hurry back. He said a man named Mercenary Tao has come. Mercenary Tao. Lin Chen's eyes turned serious. Wasn't Mercenary Tao killed by Tights? Even if he didn't die, according to the storyline of the original work, Mercenary Tao should have appeared again after being turned into a cyborg during 23rd Martial Arts Tournament. Why did he appear at Dr. Brief's house now? Damn it. I haven't watched the finals yet. Lin Chen said unwillingly. It hasn't been easy to come watch Titanic Arts Tournament. Why can't these people calmly wait for him to finish watching the tournament before they come out to make trouble? Lin Chen, why don't I go back by myself? Tight said when she saw this. She could teleport anyway, moreover she doesn't think anyone on Earth could threaten her. But Lin Chen was worried. The timing of Mercenary Tao's appearance was not right. He feels that there might be something wrong. Let's go together. Huh? Lin Chen, are we leaving? Seeing that Lin Chen was leaving, Hanasia couldn't help but wonder. Although she kept saying that this kind of tournament was boring, after watching a few matches, she found enjoyment in it and gradually got into it. Something has happened at Tight's home, we are going to take a look. Do you want to stay here? Lin Chen asked. Hanasia hurriedly shook her head and grabbed Lin Chen tightly. Lin Chen smiled, then he notified Bardock and Jine as well as Bulma and others and teleported away. The three of them's sudden disappearance caused a commotion at the scene. Huh? That Saiyan is gone. Bulma, do you know what happened? The finals are about to start. Seeing Lin Chen and others disappear, Oolong asked curiously. Bulma was also full of doubts, not knowing what was going on. Because of Lin Chen's sudden disappearance, there was an upheaval at the venue, but soon with the start of the finals, everyone's attention returned to the arena. Because of Yamcha's sniping, and Goku's strength is much stronger than in the original work, this time's finals was really different from the original work. Goku ended up winning the championship quite easily, while Tien Shinhan and Kaiotsu also turned over a new leaf under the guidance of Turtle Hermit. While Goku jumped excitedly on stage, on the other side, West City. Lin Chen, who teleported back to Dr. Brief's house, looked at the figure that has appeared in Dr. Brief's house in disbelief. Although the clothes and appearance have changed slightly, the one who appeared in Dr. Brief's house is indeed the assassin Mercenary Tao that he remembers. But didn't Mercenary Tao die when the Red Ribbon Army was destroyed? Even if he didn't die, he should have been blown to pieces and transformed into a cyborg when he appears again. Why is Mercenary Tao still completely human? Lin Chen suddenly frowned and noticed that something was wrong. Dad. Tights ran over to Dr. Brief and his wife's side and asked with concern. After confirming that they were all right, she pointed at Mercenary Tao and asked, "Hey. Who are you? Why did you break into my house?" "Miss Titan TTS, nice to finally meet you," said the man who looked like Mercenary Tao. It looks like he had come for Tights. "You know me? Who are you? Who am I? You don't even know me." "Huh? Why should I know an old man like you? My name was Mercenary Tao in the past. Currently, my name is Android 11. Remember this name, because I'm the one who is going to kill you." The former Mercenary Tao, who is now Android 11, curled his lips into a cold smile. Android? What is that? Tights looked confused. But Lin Chen's eyes widened. He finally understood why Mercenary Tao, who was supposed to be dead, appeared in front of them looking like this. It turned out that he was transformed into Android. Then, the instigator behind Mercenary Tao is quite clear. "Hey, Dr. Gero. I know you must be watching us through him, right? Come out and talk." Lin Chen suddenly shouted. Hearing his words, Hanasia looked baffled while Dr. Brief's eyes widened. "Dr. Gero? Lin Chen, are you saying he's Dr. Gero?" I've seen him before, he doesn't look like this. No, he's not Dr. Gero. The person in front of us is just an android made by Dr. Gero, but Dr. Gero should be watching through his eyes. Isn't that right, Dr. Gero? Mercenary Tao's eyes suddenly emitted a red light, and after a while, an aged voice that was completely different from Mercenary Tao's voice came from Mercenary Tao's mouth. Boy, you know about me and androids? Not bad. Indeed, Dr. Gero. I used to be the highest-ranking scientist of the Red Ribbon Army. Dr. Brief looked in disbelief. Dr. Gero? You actually joined the Red Ribbon Army? That's right. No one in this world supported my research, and only the Red Ribbon Army provided me with sufficient funds and research materials. Thanks to them, my long-cherished wish from the past could be carried out. But all this was redundant 3 years ago. And the murderer who caused all this is your daughter, Dr. Brief. Me? Tights was stunned. What does it have to do with me? What? You don't remember? Although Mercenary Tao had a cold expression on his face, one could tell from his voice that Dr. Gero in a faraway location was probably furious. How dare you forget it? Damn it, there hasn't been a single day that I haven't thought of getting revenge for this hatred. In order to defeat you, I have been collecting your information. Then I researched day and night, and what is standing in front of you now is my latest masterpiece. Android 11. Now, the preparations for revenge have been completed. After killing you, I will kill that kid named Goku, and then use this android to rule the world and rebuild the Red Ribbon Army. This is my revenge. Yawn. Just as Dr. Gero's emotions were running high, Hanasia, who was standing on the side, yawned in an unladylike manner. Tights, how long are you going to listen to this guy's nonsense? Get rid of him quickly. That's true. Titan put her hands on the hips and said, Dr. Gero, I'm very strong. I'm afraid your android something will be scrapped soon. Indeed, you are so powerful that you don't look like a human at all. Although you have never shown your strength in front of people, I know that those martial artists are a joke compared to you. Compared with the novels you wrote, your strength is even more amazing. Hey! What's wrong with my novels? I'm currently the best-selling novelist. Tights yelled. But Dr. Gero ignored her and muttered to himself, but I will soon broaden your horizons. My Android 11 is far stronger than you. Huh? Just him? What kind of strength does a guy like him have from whom I can't even sense any aura? Tights looked disdainful. You'll know when you see it. 11, go and kill Tights, then kill everyone and have them be buried with her. Yes, Dr. Gero. Android 11 spoke in his own voice again, and at the same time, he raised his hands and adopted the pose commonly used by Mercenary Tao in the past. Tights looked relaxed and was ready to face him. But at this moment, Lin Chen suddenly shouted, Tights. Be careful. Android doesn't have aura. This guy may really be stronger than you. What? Tights was taken aback. At this moment, Don Thad already rushed forward, kicking Tights into the sky. She smashed through the roof and flew out. Tights. Dr. Brief and his wife turned pale in fright. Don't worry, Hannah and I will be watching Tights. After Lin Chen finished speaking, he flew out to the roof with Hannah. In the sky, Android 11 was fighting with Tights. But it looks like Tights was completely in a disadvantageous position. 11 had blocked all of her attacks with just one don't. What's going on? Tights' power level should be over 10,000. Why can't she beat that guy whose aura can't even be sensed? Hanasia asked in surprise. Androids don't have aura, they rely on energy. As Lin Chen spoke, he took out the scouter. Unlike using ki to sense the intensity of the aura, scouter does not perceive aura, but directly detects energy, so Lin Chen feels that it should work when facing androids. Sure enough, when the scouter was aimed at 11, a reading appeared on the display. 120,000. Lin Chen couldn't help but become stunned. This Dr. Gero is a monster. It is known that Mercenary Tao, the original owner of Eleven's body, had only over 100 power level before his death. What method did he use to raise Mercenary Tao's power level to 120,000? His strength is already much greater than some powerful races in the universe. And even during Frieza's times in the original work, it can be regarded as a top-level combat force. It's just the beginning of the storyline of the great demon King Piccolo, and Dr. Gero has already created such a monster. No wonder that in the next 10 years, he will be able to create Android 17 and 18 who would surpass even Super Saiyan. Just as Lin Chen was sighing, Tights in the sky stopped attacking and was panting. She could feel that something was wrong. She had used all her strength just now, but Android 11 opposite her had blocked all her attacks with just one hand. Is there such a big disparity between the two of them? Didn't Lin Chen say that she would be the strongest Earthling for at least several years? How could this happen? At this time, 11's face showed a disdainful look. Is that it? Then it's my turn. 11 raised his right hand with his index and middle finger pressed together, about to poke Tight's forehead. If this attack struck, with the disparity between the two of them, Tights may get killed in just one hit. But just as his attack was about to land, a hand suddenly grabbed his hand. Ha! 11 looked at Lin Chen who had suddenly appeared in front of him in surprise. When did you? Tights is my woman. If you want to bully her, did you ask me? As soon as Lin Chen exerted force, he easily crushed Android 11's wrist. My hand! 11 cried out loud and abruptly took a step back, looking at Lin Chen angrily. How did you do it? Who are you? Me. I'm Tight's husband, Lin Chen. Lin Chen. Thousands of miles away, Dr. Gero was looking at Lin Chen who was exuding a dangerous aura through the monitor and his body involuntarily trembled. He's Lin Chen. Tight's husband from the intelligence. The surveillance robot never found him, so I thought he was dead. Where was this kid hiding? You bastard, how dare you damage my body? Android 11 is a new type of android on which Dr. Gero used his human body transformation. It is not a pure robot created out of thin air, thus he still retains some of the feelings of Mercenary Tao before his death. Including Mercenary Tao's previous arrogant personality. For Mercenary Tao, his body is what he is most proud of, especially this body, which was almost crushed because of Tights. Later, relying on Dr. Gero, he was provided a strong and perfect body again. Therefore, Mercenary Tao was extremely satisfied with this body and regarded it as a treasure. But seeing his body get damaged, 11 immediately became furious. Calm down. 11. This kid is weird. Dr. Gero warned loudly as he has been monitoring the situation from his faraway research institute, and found that 11's every index was abnormal. Unlike the later 17 and 18, Android 11 was completely obedient to Dr. Gero. Hearing this, 11 immediately regained his composure. Beep, beep, beep. Suddenly, there were a few strange noises in 11's head. Shortly afterwards, he grinned and sneered. No wonder you are so arrogant, your energy index is stronger than Tights. I now understand, Tights became so powerful because you taught her, right? Lin Chen smiled. Do you have an energy scouter in your body? That's right. Your energy is indeed not weak, but unfortunately, my energy is much higher than yours. I had deliberately lowered my energy just to teach Tights a lesson. Now, I'm going to make you experience what real terror is. Hearing the other party's words, Lin Chen sneered. Real terror? Okay, let me experience it. You must be wanting to die. 11 roared and suddenly launched an attack on Lin Chen. Right now, every punch and kick of his was such that if they hit Tights, she would be instantly killed. But unfortunately, the one 11 was facing was not Tights, but Lin Chen. The result. A loud screeching sound suddenly appeared, and when 11 came back to his senses, Lin Chen's face was already very close to him. Dr. Gero, your technical skills are indeed powerful, but compared to real strength you are still far from it. Lin Chen's indifferent voice entered 11's ears, and immediately, Lin Chen raised his hand and grabbed 11's neck. Ooh! 11 was already an android. Of course, there is no such thing as being unable to breathe because of his neck being grabbed, but the problem T1 found is that he couldn't break free from Lin Chen's palm. How is this possible? In the research institute, Dr. Gero's eyes widened. 11, what are you doing? Don't hold back your energy. Hurry up and use all your strength. What Dr. Gero, do you know how vast the universe is? Although 11 is indeed invincible on Earth, his strength is nothing compared to the powerhouses in the universe. For them, killing 11 is as simple as pinching an ant. Universe? Could it be? You are not from Earth. Dr. Gero's voice suddenly came out of 11's mouth. Correct answer. But there is no reward for you. 11's forehead broke out into cold sweat and he could feel Lin Chen's hand gradually tightening. He is afraid that soon, his neck would be crushed like his wrist. At this moment, even he, who has become an android, can't help but feel afraid. I'm sorry. I was wrong. Please forgive me. If he was on the ground right now, 11 would definitely kneel down in front of Lin Chen. He said with a pleading look on his face, please, I will never do bad things again. Please let me go. Let you go. Do. Before Lin Chen could finish speaking, 11's face suddenly revealed a sinister smile, and he abruptly pointed his left hand at Lin Chen's head. Super Dodone Ray. Whoosh! An energy wave that was formed using all of 11's energy suddenly hit Lin Chen's head, causing a huge explosion on his face. However, what made 11 tremble was that after the smoke and dust dissipated, Lin Chen was looking at him unscathed. How could it be? I used all my strength to form a Dodone Ray. The farce is over. Lin Chen exerted force in his hand and immediately separated 11's head. When 11's broken body fell down, Lin Chen threw 2 energy bombs, which directly blew his body into pieces. This time, even Dr. Gero would not be able to save the former number 1 assassin. After doing all this, Lin Chen and others landed back on the ground together. As soon as he landed, Han Asia asked him curiously, Lin Chen, was that guy just now a cyborg? A cyborg with a power level of 120,000. Is there really such a technology on Earth? The genius who invented him is not inferior to Dr. Brief, Lin Chen said. Really? Han Asia was greatly surprised. Dr. Brief's wisdom and creativity has been recognized by the entire universe. The Hoi-Poi capsule technology he developed could not be found in the entire universe. I didn't expect the technological strength of Earthlings to be so powerful. Yes, Dr. Gero is indeed a genius. Brief also sighed. I just didn't expect that he would join the Red Ribbon Army. Dr. Willow and Dr. Gero, both of them are geniuses among humans. It's a pity that they would fall so low. But, Your Majesty, this guy is too dangerous. It's better to get rid of him as soon as possible. Fortunately, we were on Earth, otherwise Tights would have been in danger. Han Asia said. Hearing her words, Lin Chen hadn't made a decision, when suddenly he heard a familiar voice in his mind. Ding! Detected that host is ready to take action against Dr. Gero. Triggering the strongest choices. Choice 1, ignore Dr. Gero and leave him alone. Reward, intermediate superpower, time stop. Choice 2, kill Dr. Gero and prevent the subsequent birth of androids. Reward, a 1000x gravity chamber with built-in sparring robots. Choice 3, subdue Dr. Gero and make him work for you. Reward, advanced version of instant transmission. Choices related to Dr. Gero. Seeing the 3 choices that had appeared, Lin Chen fell into deep thought. He must admit that Dr. Gero is an extremely rare super genius in the Dragon Ball world. It can even be said that he is the only genius who truly safeguards humans' dignity in the Dragon Ball world. Not to mention Android 11 that Lin Chen was seeing right now. If nothing unexpected happens, Dr. Gero will create Android 16, 17 and 18 that will surpass Super Saiyan. Let alone Cell, whose perfect form can even rival a Super Saiyan 2 in strength. It would be a pity to kill such a genius. Therefore, Lin Chen did not make a choice immediately, instead he continued to ponder. System, can you explain the rewards to me? What's the difference between time stop and tides of time? Time stop technique is a superpower of stopping time. While time skip can stop time for 2 seconds, but during the period when time is stopped, you cannot use key. Time stop. This is a very attractive superpower. Lin Chen remembers that in the original works Dragon Ball, only Hit and Guldo of Jinyu Force had related skills. However, this time stop technique sounds like Guldo's time freeze ability. You can't use your ki when time stops, so there are too many restrictions, and you can't even fly. What about sparring robot from Choice 2? The sparring robot can be transformed into a Super Saiyan, Frost Demon, Namekian and trainers for actual combat simulation. Moreover, the power level can be adjusted from 100,000 to 100 million. Lin Chen nodded. This reward is a superb tool for training, and there is also the 1000x gravity chamber. Ever since the 500x gravity chamber was built, Dr. Brief had told Lin Chen that due to the limitation of energy and materials, it is almost impossible to manufacture a gravity chamber with a higher multiplication without a new technological leap. Therefore, this 1000x gravity chamber, Lin Chen may not be able to obtain through normal means for at least 10 years. What about advanced version of instant transmission from Choice 3? It is detected that host already has Kibito's instant transmission, so this advanced version of instant transmission is a combat type instant transmission. Combat type instant transmission? Lin Chen understood immediately. This should be similar to Metacooler's instant transmission. In the Dragon Ball world, besides Xena's instant transmission ability, there are only 3 main types of instant transmission. One is Yardration's instant transmission, the other is Supreme Kai's exclusive instant transmission, and the last is Metacooler's instant transmission. This advanced version of instant transmission should be the last type. This type of instant transmission can be activated at any time. Even if the distance is not far, but as long as it is within the eye's range, you can move wherever you want. Lin Chen's current instant transmission takes time to activate, and it is almost too late to use it in battle. If he can obtain this advanced version of instant transmission, it will be a huge improvement to his actual combat ability. The rewards for the 3 choices all have their own merits, making it difficult to choose. So in the end, the only thing to consider is the impact of these 3 choices on the future. Lin Chen thought for a while, and finally made his decision. System. I'll choose 3. Ding. Confirming the host choice, please complete the task as soon as possible. The reward will be issued after Dr. Gero surrenders. After confirming, Lin Chen asked Dr. Brief, "Dr. Brief, do you know where Dr. Gero lives?" Well, Dr. Brief pondered for a while and said, "I remember his research institute seems to be in the mountains near the North City." Lin Chen nodded and said, "Okay, Hannah, come with me. Tights, you stay here and look after your parents." Lin Chen, are you going to deal with Dr. Gero? Hearing what he said, Dr. Brief hesitated before saying, "If possible, can you spare him? Dr. Gero is a genius, it would be a pity to kill him." "I will consider it," Lin Chen replied. When Lin Chen was busy dealing with Dr. Gero's matter, on the World Martial Arts Tournament side. With Goku's victory, the 22nd World Martial Arts Tournament also came to an end. While Goku and the others were celebrating, Bardock was about to leave with Jine. "Jine, our child has grown up. Although he is still weak, you are right, he is indeed full of potential. The couple was about to leave when Bardock suddenly sensed a murderous aura in the vicinity. As a battle-hardened warrior, Bardock was naturally particularly sensitive to murderous aura. Although this murderous aura was still very weak, it was quite nearby. What's going on? Bardock? What's wrong? Jine, wait a minute. Bardock took out the scouter, put it on and immediately checked the surroundings. As a result, Bardock found that a guy with a power level of around 160 had appeared backstage of the martial arts tournament's venue. Seeing the other party's power level, Bardock breathed a sigh of relief. Such an insignificant person couldn't hurt his son. It's just he will have to put their plan to leave on hold for the time being. Jine, let's wait a while before returning. It looks like our son is going to run into another challenge. Okay. Immediately, Bardock and Jine retracted their aura and flew into the sky to hide somewhere high up, watching the movements below. Then, the couple witnessed the whole process of Great Demon King Piccolo's subordinate Tambourine robbing the Dragon Ball and killing Krillin. It didn't take long before an angry Goku chased after him, but was defeated by Tambourine because he felt hungry. With the purpose of testing their son, Bardock and Jine have been hiding in the dark to observe silently and didn't take action, even though Goku had fainted for a while. But then, when they saw a Namekian appear, they were stunned. Namekian? How can there be a Namekian on Earth? Bardock and Jine knew very well that Namekian is a race with a high power level which is not inferior to Saiyans. Although the Namekian below only has a power level of around 230 for some reason, it was still higher than Goku. Sure enough, although Goku was stronger than in the original work, facing the Great Demon King Piccolo, who is superior to him in both power level and techniques, Goku still lost to Great Daunt King Piccolo. When Goku's heartbeat stopped, Jine almost couldn't help rushing down to kill the Great Demon King Piccolo, but was forcibly put on by Bardock. Don't be impulsive, look at your scouter, Goku still has signs of life. Hearing his words, Jine discovered that it was indeed the case. Bardock, don't you have senzu beans? Let me go down and give one to Kakarot. No. We can't interfere with Kakarot's training. Bardock forced himself to calm down. His Majesty Link said that Kakarot's current training on Earth is to lay the foundation for his future development, and I agree with His Majesty's words. Maybe after this ordeal, Kakarot's power level could improve again. Look, his companions are here. As the two of them watched, Yajirobe rescued Goku just like in the original work, and then with his help, set off towards Korin Tower. Although compared to the original work, the current Goku obviously has the option to ask Lin Chen for help, but he did not do so. Krillin. I will avenge you with my own hands. Dr. Gero. Great Demon King Piccolo. Both Lin Chen and Goku, unbeknownst to the world, started moving to save the world. About Dr. Gero's research institute, Dr. Brief only had a rough knowledge. Many years ago, before Dr. Gero disappeared, a science magazine once interviewed him, and it had mentioned that Dr. Gero's research institute was located in the mountainous area of North City. Although Dr. Gero might have moved, Lin Chen remembered that Dr. Gero's research institute was indeed in a secret mountainous area, so he didn't think much about it and flew towards the north with Han Asia. In the cold northern mountains, as far as the eyes could see, the mountains were covered with white snow. In the vast mountainous area, it is not easy to find a hidden secret research institute. Just when Lin Chen and Han Asia started to search for Dr. Gero's whereabouts, the sky suddenly turned dark. Ha! Your Majesty, why did the sky turn dark? Han Asia looked at the pitch-black sky in surprise. Someone is summoning Shenron. Lin Chen raised his head and said. Great Demon King Piccolo must be trying to recover his youth. Unexpectedly, although Goku has become stronger, he is still no match for the Great Demon King Piccolo. But that's okay, the more life and death battles he goes through, the more Goku can continue to grow. Thinking of this, Lin Chen turned on the scouter and adjusted to the life detection mode. If he wants to see Goku's final showdown with the Great Demon King Piccolo, he has to hurry up. Bulma's improved Scouter is based on Frieza Force's Scouter. Besides changing the mode to detect power level, many other functions have been retained, including the life detection function. This function can detect the life signals of creatures above the insect rank, and at this time, it was being used to find the whereabouts of Dr. Gero. After all, the northern mountain is extremely desolate, and there are not many living beings that can generate life signals in the mountains. If he goes through them one by one, it would be easier to find Dr. Gero's whereabouts than to search aimlessly. Sure enough, after continuing to search for more than an hour, Lin Chen finally found the secret entrance to Dr. Gero's research institute. Calling over Hanasia, the two of them came to the entrance of the research institute together. On the other side, there was probably a steel gate half a meter thick, blocking their way. "Your Majesty, let me just open the door." "Okay." Hanasia stepped forward and flicked her fingers, and a bright energy wave shot out, blasting a hole at the entrance of the cave, revealing the tunnel inside. Dr. Gero's research institute is not only in a remote area and extremely secretive, but the facilities inside are also exceptionally tight. Not long after the two entered, a large number of sentry robots rushed out and opened fire at Lin Chen and Hanasia without hesitation. "Ridiculous!" Hanasia sneered, and with a wave of her hand, all the robots were destroyed by the explosive wind formed by her aura. In the depths of the research institute, Dr. Gero had broken out into cold sweat and was feeling despair. Damn it, why? Why is there such a powerful person in the world? If I had known this earlier, I wouldn't have let the android out so soon, damn it. Damn it. If I could just have some more time. What can you do even if you have some more time? Suddenly, a woman's voice sounded from behind Dr. Gero. Dr. Gero turned around sharply and saw that Lin Chen and Hanasia were already standing in front of him. If you give me time, my androids will definitely be able to defeat you two monsters." "Ha! Just with that scrap metal?" Hanasia looked disdainful. But Lin Chen knew that Dr. Gero didn't lie. In the future, the androids he will create will be monsters that could even challenge gods. Such a genius is indeed worth subduing. Pushing Hanasia away, Lin Chen stepped forward and said, "Dr. Gero, you should be very clear now that you have nowhere to run. Now I will give you two choices. 1. Swear allegiance to me. I can let you continue your research on androids, but from now on, the target of your allegiance will not be the defunct Red Ribbon Army, but me, Lin Chen, and my Saiyan kingdom." "Saiyan? You are not an Earthling." Dr. Gero's eyes widened. "That's right. We are from Planet Vegeta, including the Goku you want to get rid of. He is a Saiyan too. No wonder you guys are so powerful." Dr. Gero clenched his fists tightly. He had wondered how humans could be so strong, so it turns out that they are aliens. Lin Chen continued, "As for the second choice, if you don't swear allegiance to me, I will bury you in this cave together with your research." After Lin Chen said, a terrifying aura emerged from him, making Dr. Gero almost unable to move. His body trembled in how about it? Live or die, Dr. Gero, what will you choose? Lin Chen said indifferently. At this time, Dr. Gero was too scared to speak because of Lin Chen's aura. Don't look at Dr. Gero's ability to create an android that can rival gods in the future. In the end, he is just an ordinary human. Seeing this, Lin Chen retracted his aura. Immediately, Dr. Gero began to gasp heavily like a suffocated pedant again obtaining air. He raised his head with difficulty, looked at Lin Chen and said, "What do you want me to do after asking me to swear allegiance to you?" "You don't have to do anything, just continue your research. We Saiyans are a fighting race and often need to go out to fight, but the population of Saiyans is too small. Your android may provide assistance to Saiyans in the future." After subduing Dr. Gero, the only thing Lin Chen could think of on how to make use of Dr. Gero is this. In the past, Saiyan had the habit of using Cybermen for training and assisting in battles, but with Dr. Gero's androids, Cybermen could retire. Compared with Cybermen, androids should be far more useful in terms of training and providing support. Dr. Gero, I'll ask you one last time, are you willing to follow me? Lin Chen opened his mouth for confirmation. Dr. Gero hesitated for a while before lowering his head. I understand, Mr. Lin Chen, I am willing to swear allegiance to you. Ding! Congratulations host for subduing Dr. Gero. Reward, advanced version of instant transmission. When he heard the system sound, in Lin Chen's attributes panel, there was a new change in the column that originally had instant transmission. Lin Chen smiled faintly and said with a nod, good, Dr. Gero, pack up your research institute. In the future, your research institute will be set up on Planet Vegeta, and I will ask some alien scientists to be your assistants. I understand, sir. Going to an unknown planet to carry out his research, Dr. Gero was feeling slightly fearful about the future. But at this moment, Dr. Gero sensed Lin Chen put a hand on his head. Sir, I'll give you a boost in strength, otherwise an old man like you will be crushed to death as soon as you arrive on Planet Vegeta. Planet Vegeta's gravity is 10 times that of Earth. A golden light suddenly shone from Dr. Gero's body, and shortly after, the old man who was already 50 to 60 years old felt as if he had become several decades younger. Power. My body is full of power. After Lin Chen unlocked his potential, Dr. Gero's power level increased to more than 900, which is almost the same as a low-class warrior on Planet Vegeta in the past. Work hard for me and maybe I can restore your youth in the future. Lin Chen said. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It seems Dr. Gero has only recently started research on advanced androids. He hasn't yet started research on androids whose strength in the future would far exceed the power of Earth's strength. Therefore, it only took a short time for Dr. Gero to pack all the equipment in his research institute with the help of hoi poi capsules. Sir, I'm ready. Lin Chen nodded, glanced at the empty research institute, and asked again, have you taken the computer from below the research institute? Lin Chen remembered that there should be a computer below Dr. Gero's research institute. That computer continued the follow-up research after Dr. Gero's death, and finally completed the ultimate android cell. Below. But after hearing Lin Chen's words, Dr. Gero was stunned for a moment. Sir, there is nothing below. When Lin Chen heard this, he knew that he might be thinking too much. It seems that Dr. Gero has not expanded his research institute yet. Okay, let's go then. After that, Lin Chen brought Dr. Gero and Hanasia, and teleported directly to Planet Vegeta. Hannah, I'll leave Dr. Gero to you. Go and make arrangements for him. I have to go back to Earth to deal with some things. After handing over Dr. Gero to Hanasia to make arrangements for him, Lin Chen returned to Earth again. His purpose was the Great Demon King Piccolo fight that was still not finished. In the original work, this is the first big boss fight that Goku encountered, and Lin Chen doesn't want to miss it. At this time, Great Demon King Piccolo who had recovered his youth had already entered the palace of the human kingdom and proclaimed himself the new king. And Goku, who has endured through the tortures of ultra-divine water with great difficulty, finally got reborn with the power of ultra-divine water in his Saiyans bloodline. His power level reached 270, which was already slightly higher than Great Demon King Piccolo. When Lin Chen appeared above the palace, he happened to meet Bardock and Jine who had not left yet. Bardock, you both are still here. Your Majesty. Bardock and Jine greeted Lin Chen. Kakarot is coming over here, and we plan to see how he will deal with this Namekian. Then let's wait and see. Just like in the original work, Turtle Hermit also died because he exhausted his power when using the evil containment wave in order to stop Great Demon King Piccolo. Tien Shinhan inherited Turtle Hermit's legacy. After learning the evil containment wave, he came to challenge him alone, but because he discovered that the rice cooker that was used to perform evil containment wave was broken, he could only bite the bullet and challenge Great Demon King Piccolo head-on. But the Z warriors were still very weak. They have only inherited Earth's martial arts and weren't the warriors who could defeat aliens yet. Until Tien Shinhan suffered a crushing defeat and was on the verge of death, the little Goku finally arrived from the sky. Kakarot's power level is actually 270. He raised his power level by a third in less than a few hours. How did he do it? Jine couldn't help but be surprised when she saw Goku's power level. This is the magic of Earth. Lin Chen sighed. Although Earth is only a trivial place in the universe, this planet has many magical things like ultra-divine water and planet Namekians Dragon Balls. These things are extremely rare in the universe, but they are all on this planet. It's really amazing. As they watched, the fight between Great Demon King Piccolo and Goku began. Exchanging blows, they fought fiercely around the palace. Countless energy waves continued to shoot out in all directions. The palace surroundings, which were already in ruins, completely turned into a desolate land. Gradually, as the fight drew to an end, Great Demon King Piccolo, despite his best efforts, found himself no longer a match for Goku. At this juncture, Great Demon King Piccolo suddenly reached out and grabbed Tien Shinhan, who had already been unable to move, and wanted to threaten Goku. Ha ha ha. You better stay still, or I'll crush his head. Tien Shinhan. Damn it. Little Goku was extremely unwilling, but Dentrioli didn't dare to move anymore. Upon seeing this, Great Demon King Piccolo sneered and picked up a stone, ready to take this opportunity to break Goku's limbs. Don't move, boy. The moment you move, he will die. Great Demon King Piccolo sneered as he pointed the stone at Goku, and blew at it with his mouth. Bang! Seeing that the stone was about to hit Goku, a figure suddenly blocked the flying stone for Goku. What? Goku blankly stared at the figure in front of him, while in the sky, Bardock said in shock, "Damn it! Jine, that idiot!" It was his mother Jine who appeared in Frodontio F. Goku. You stupid boy, why didn't you immediately kill that Namekian? Auntie. What did you say? But if I moved, Tien Shinhan, he. Why are you so soft-hearted, you don't look like a Saiyan at all. Fine, let me help you this time. After saying that, she disappeared and appeared beside the Great Demon King Piccolo. With a flick of her hand, she severed his left arm, saving Tien Shinhan. My hand. Great Demon King Piccolo screamed, completely unaware that apart from the boy in front of him, another expert had appeared out of nowhere. In the hundreds of years he has been sealed, what has happened on Earth? Okay, boy. I've saved your friend, now go and get rid of that Namekian. Got it. Thank you, Auntie. With a loud shout, Goku concentrated all his strength in his right fist, and then charged towards Great Demon King Piccolo with all his strength. Great Demon King Piccolo, whose arm had been severed, went mad and recklessly threw several energy balls at Goku. The energy balls slammed into Goku, and a huge flash of light erupted out. However, from amidst the flash of light, Goku suddenly charged out and pierced through the Great Demon King Piccolo. Great Demon King Piccolo lowered his head in disbelief and discovered that a large hole had appeared on his chest at some point. I lost. He smiled bitterly and suddenly spit out a white egg from his mouth and tossed it far towards the north. Son, you must avenge your father. Source of evil must never be cut off. Following a violent explosion, Great Demon King Piccolo was torn into pieces before disappearing completely. Because there was only a short time interval between when the Great Demon King Piccolo spat the egg and when he blew up and died, almost no one present noticed it. But Lin Chen and Bardock, who were far above in the sky, clearly saw it. The same goes for Jine on the ground. Seeing that her son didn't eradicate him completely, Jine wanted to take action for her son again. But at this time, Bardock's voice sounded from her communicator, "Enough Jine, you have meddled enough this time. Kakarot's mistake, let him resolve it by himself in the future." Okay, fine. Hearing that, Jin stopped and let the egg disappear into the sky. Soon after, Yamcha and the others who rushed over to support Tien Shinhan with the determination to die also arrived. When they learned that the great demon King Piccolo was already dead, everyone jumped in excitement. Goku defeated the great demon King Piccolo. Great demon King Piccolo was eliminated. Goku, you saved the world. Goku, who was being supported by someone, smiled sadly. It's not just me, if it wasn't for this ant's help, Tien Shinhan and I might have died. Ant? When everyone heard these words, they realized that there was an additional person present at the scene. Although Yamcha didn't recognize her, Oolong, Puar and Launch found this woman a little familiar. As for Bulma, she recognized that she is a Saiyan who came to Earth with Lin Chen and others. Since she is here, then Lin Chen. Bulma raised her head, and immediately saw Lin Chen and Bardock descending from the sky. Brother Lin Chen. Bulma, everyone, hello. Lin Chen smiled and he landed on the ground, greeting them. It's you. Yamcha immediately said unwillingly, why did you come out only now? Aren't you very powerful? Why didn't you help? Don't you know that Turtle Hermit and Krillin are both dead? How dare you? A burst of ki suddenly erupted out from Bardock, blowing Yamcha away. Oolong and Puar hurried over to help Yamcha stand up. While Tien Shinhan was shocked. Just a glimpse and he could see that the two men who appeared were probably more terrifying than Great Demon King Piccolo. It's fine, Bardock. Lin Chen stopped Bardock, then looked at Goku, who was also feeling puzzled. Goku, do you think I should have helped too? Yes. Brother Lin Chen, you guys are so powerful. If you took action earlier, many people would not die. We are not Earthlings, why should we help you? Lin Chen suddenly said. Hearing this, Goku was immediately dumbfounded while Tien Shinhan was speechless. Goku, do you remember what I once said to you? We are not Earthlings, so what does Earth have to do with us? Lin Chen said, this universe is full of all kinds of dangers. Someone like Great Demon King Piccolo is nothing before those dangers. We can save you once, but we can't protect Earth for you all the time. If you want to make Earth truly safe, you can only rely on your own strength. Those who want to save others must protect themselves first. Only when you yourself have the power to protect Earth can you truly protect the peace of Earth. Hearing Lin Chen's words, both Goku and Tien Shinhan were rendered speechless. Although Yamcha was feeling unwilling, he had to admit that Lin Chen was right. If they were strong enough, the turmoil caused by Great Demon King Piccolo wouldn't have killed so many people. But Turtle Hermit and Krillin are both don't. Yamcha cried unwillingly. It's all right, we can just revive them with Shenron, Goku said. Hearing this, Tien Shinhan said with an ugly don't on his face, Goku, you don't know, but Shenron was killed by Great Demon King Piccolo. What? Grandpa Turtle Hermit and Krillin Goku was shocked, his body trembling. Don't worry, Shenron was created by Kami, just ask him to revive Shenron. Lin Chen said. Kami? Goku was dumbfounded. Oolong said with a disdainful look, how can there be a Kami in this world? No, Kami exists. Bulma suddenly said, Goku, Kami lives above Korin Tower. I have been there with brother Lin Chen before. Then what are we waiting for? Flying Nimbus. Goku immediately summoned Flying Nimbus and was about to head to Korin Tower. Wait a minute. Tien Shinhan stopped him, Goku, is the Korin Tower you mentioned just now the legendary sacred land of martial arts? That's right. I used to train there before, and I was able to defeat Great Demon King Piccolo because of the help of an immortal named Korin from Korin Tower. So, it turns out that the legend is true. Please take me, don't you? I want to become stronger. The fight with Great Demon King Piccolo made me realize that I am still very weak. I'll definitely become stronger so that next time I don't need you to save me. Tien Shinhan said. I'm going too. Yamcha also stood up and said, I couldn't help with anything this time, but I will definitely catch up with you all. Everyone Goku nodded vigorously, okay, let's go to Korin Tower together. The three people whose fighting spirit was stimulated immediately prepared to set off towards Korin Tower. After saying goodbye to everyone, Yamcha and Tien Shinhan got on an aircraft while Goku jumped on the flying Nimbus. Brother Lin Chen. Thank you for the guidance, I will continue to get stronger. Sitting on the flying Nimbus, Goku turned around and said to Lin Chen. When I'm strong enough, I hope you can teach me, brother Lin Chen. Okay, I'll wait for that day. Lin Chen nodded with a smile. Goodbye then. Goku waved at them and was about to leave. But at this time. Kakuro Goku. A shout suddenly stopped Goku. He looked back and saw that the person who stopped him was an unfamiliar man who was standing beside Lin Chen. Uncle, is there something? Go get stronger. Bardock said while holding back his emotions. Pay attention to your safety. Jin also said. Goku nodded at the two of them, then disappeared into the sky. Goodbye, Bulma, Launch, Oolong, Puar. Tien Shinhan and Yamcha also said goodbye to everyone before chasing after Goku. After Goku and the others left, Lin Chen also bid farewell to Bulma and the others before returning back to Planet Vegeta. After parting with Lin Chen and the others, Goku brought Tien Shinhan and Yamcha and arrived at Korin Tower. After defeating the great demon King Piccolo, Goku easily obtained permission from Korin to go to Lookout to meet Kami. While Tien Shinhan and Yamcha had to start over by climbing the Korin Tower. When the two of them landed on the ground and started to climb the tower, Korin brought Goku to the peak of Korin Tower. Insert the power pole into the groove and let the power pole grow longer until it reaches Lookout. And take this bell, this is your proof to meet Kami. Goku nodded and as instructed, he ascended into the sky with the power pole and soon disappeared. Korin stroked his beard and smiled faintly. Lin Chen is right, Earth's martial arts were too backward in the past. For Earth's safety, it is time to revive the martial arts on Earth. If you want to save someone, you must save yourself first. Ha! Oh, Goku is surely going to be shocked when he sees the two people at Kama's place. Wow, that was fast. Soon I won't be able to see Korin Tower. Not long afterwards, through the thick dark clouds, Goku finally saw Lookout floating in the sky. Click. The power pole was inserted precisely into the groove at the bottom of the temple, then Goku climbed up the side ladder and jumped in the temple. Looking at the majestic and resplendent temple, Goku looked curious. But, at this moment, he saw a figure not far away. In the original work, Goku was greeted by Mr. Popo, Kama's attendant. But in this world, the one who appeared in front of Goku was a black-haired youth who looked a few years older than him. Huh? Are you Kami? I'm not, my name is Broly, I'm substituting for Kami. The black-haired youth was Broly who has been living on Lookout for many years. Substituting? What do you mean by substituting? Goku's eyes blinked. Kami said that one day I will be the next Kami. Wow, then are you considered a Kami? Hello. I wonder if you can resurrect Shenron for me. Goku bowed. Sorry, that's something only Kami can do. If you want to meet him, you have to pass a test, Broly said faintly. Test? Is this bell not enough? Goku took out Korin's bell. Broly glanced at it and said, the bell is just a certificate for you to take the test. To see Kami, you have to take another test. What test? It's enough as long as Dante can touch me, Broly said. Huh? Why is this test so familiar? Goku muttered in confusion, forget it, let's start now. Well, the original test was actually a fight, but I don't like fighting. Really? That's a pity, I think fighting is more fun. Ever since he defeated Great Demon King Piccolo, Goku has been full of confidence, and feels that there should be few people in the world who can defeat him. But Goku didn't know that the monster in front of him was far from the same level as him. Incoming. After saying that, Goku disappeared. But the next moment, Goku was suddenly swept away by something and fell down just 2 steps away from Broly. Ouch! What was that just now? Goku got up in bewilderment, but found nothing. Strange, was that an illusion? Mr. Broly, incoming. This time, Goku directly used afterimage fist, trying to get behind Broly and grab him. But as soon as he used this move, something hit his face again, and even his face had swelled. Ah, it hurts. What was that? Goku looked up, but was immediately dumbfounded. Because he finally saw clearly. It was the tail behind Broly which had slapped him just now. And this tail is exactly the same as his tail. You are a Saiyan too. That's right, Broly admitted. Brother Lynx brought me here. Lynx? You know him by Lin Chen. Ah. It was him. No wonder. Goku exclaimed. Broly said indifferently, go back, although you defeated Great Demon King Piccolo, you are still not qualified to meet Kami with your strength. I'm sorry, I was full of myself, but I must meet Kami. I have to quickly bring everyone back to life, or I won't go back. So. Broly raised an eyebrow. Can you let me train here? Yes, I'm going to train here, pass the test, and meet Kami. Even though the disparity between us is so big, you won't give up. Yes. Goku clenched his fists and nodded vigorously. Broly smiled faintly, thinking in his heart, he is just like Brother Lynx mentioned, completely different from ordinary Saiyans. At this time, Kami, who had been watching secretly all along, finally decided to meet Goku. Soon afterwards, Goku met the old Kami who looks exactly like the Great Demon King Piccolo, and witnessed Kami bringing Shenron back to life. After completing his task to visit Lookout, Goku then learned about another surprising piece of news. Goku, you defeated Great Demon King Piccolo and saved the world. It's amazing. Old Kami praised, but unfortunately, Great Demon King Piccolo is not dead yet. He left his child behind before he died, and that child is more powerful than Great Demon King Piccolo, who will sooner or later again endanger the world. For some reason, neither Broly nor I can directly take action, so for the next 3 years, you need to train here so that you can protect Earth's peace in the future. I understand. Brother Lin Chen told me that we can only protect Earth with our own strength and cannot rely on others. Goku said. You have quite a good understanding. Kami nodded in satisfaction. Soon after Shenron was resurrected, the people slain by Great Demon King Piccolo were brought back to life. Turtle Hermit and Krillin awakened in their coffins. Knowing that it was all due to Goku and that he is now training on Lookout, Krillin also decided to go to Korin Tower for training. On Earth, when the Z warriors started to train more assiduously than before because of Lin Chen's chain reaction, on Planet Vegeta. Your Majesty Lynx, news from Galactic Patrol has arrived. They have determined Slug's traces. In Saiyan Palace, Lin Chen received urgent information from Paragus. Lin Chen asked, are you sure? They won't slip away this time too, will they? They shouldn't, Your Majesty. Because according to Galactic Patrol's information, Slug seems to have planted the Tree of Might. Tree of Might? Didn't I already destroy it? Lin Chen exclaimed. After Lin Chen merged with the legendary Super Saiyan bloodline, he happened to meet Tolls, who was trying to grow Tree of Might's fruits on Planet Vegeta. In order to accomplish the selection task, Lin Chen turned Tolls and Tree of Might into nothingness. Then, how did another Tree of Might sprung up, and it's in the hands of the evil Namekian Slug? Paragus said, Your Majesty, the specific situation is still unknown. According to Galactic Patrol's information, Slug's army had previously occupied Planet Laula, which was under the jurisdiction of Galactic Patrol. After Galactic Patrol discovered it, they had sent patrolmen to it, but they were beaten back by Slug's people. They want us to immediately send a special squad to provide them assistance. Tree of Might. Lin Chen touched his chin. Although he used to think that Tree of Might's fruits were useless for him. But for the Saiyans on the entire planet Vegeta, Tree of Might's fruit is still a very useful thing to quickly increase their strength in a short period of time. Moreover, Tree of Might's fruit can also help him hone his mental strength. So, no matter what, he doesn't plan to again miss the Tree of Might. How long would it take to reach Planet Laula from Planet Vegeta? Laula is very far away from us. Using Galactic Patrol's high-speed spacecraft, I am afraid it will take a month. Paragus replied. That far? Lin Chen frowned. Yeah, Laula is in the east area and it has already exceeded our operating radius, so Galactic Patrol also said that if we can't do it, they hope His Majesty can personally take action. In that case, inform Galactic Patrol that I will go there myself. In addition, form a team to investigate the north area and see if there is any planet suitable for living beings to live, but no intelligent life has appeared on it. Paragus raised his brows. Your Majesty, you are. If possible, I'll get hold of Tree of Might seed this time. I understand. I'll have people start investigating. Paragus, who has eaten a Tree of Might's fruit, also knows the benefits of it. By the way, Your Majesty, are you going to take action alone? Ask both Bardock and Han-Asia to come over and find 5 more elite warriors, I will bring them with me using instant transmission. Lin Chen made a decision. Although he should be able to deal with Slug by himself, so that nothing unexpected happens, it's better to bring more people. Paragus nodded, and immediately began to gather the people. When Paragus was hurrying over to find the people, an old man suddenly stopped him. Lord Paragus, why are you in such a hurry? Paragus glanced at him. Dr. Gero. His Majesty is going out to carry out a mission, so he has told me to gather people. What is it? No, nothing, I'm just curious. Lin Chen. No, His Majesty Lynx is personally going to carry out a mission. Is the Opton TNT strong? Dr. Gero looked curious. That's right. Otherwise, why would His Majesty had to go out in person? Paragus frowned. Dr. Gero, you just came to Planet Vegeta, so don't inquire about these things and concentrate on your research. Yes, this subordinate understands. Dr. Gero repeatedly nodded. When Paragus saw this, he ignored him and hurriedly went to find the people. Soon, Bardock and others rushed over to Lin Chen's side. Besides Bardock and Han-Asia, the people found by Paragus were all expert as none of them had a power level of less than 100,000. After listening to the mission, they immediately put their hands on Lin Chen, and he performed instant transmission and brought everyone to Planet Laula. Planet Laula is an agricultural planet. The planet itself has not developed civilization, but after being discovered by a civilization under Galactic Patrol, it transformed this planet filled with greenery into an agricultural planet, specializing in growing various farm crops. But right now, this planet that was supposed to be full of life didn't have any green. The entire planet seemed to be dead. Plants had withered and living beings had become extinct. Only a giant tree that was blotting out the sky and the sun was extending all the way outside the atmosphere, like a giant leaf umbrella, blocking out the warm sunlight from the stars. Under the giant tree, the demon warriors of Slug forces were patrolling along the giant tree with tight security to prevent anyone from stealing the fruits of the growing Tree of Might. On the ground, in Slug's spaceship, Slug was tasting a Tree of Might's fruit that he found in Tol's secret treasure while saying impatiently, "How long will it take for the Tree of Might's fruits to ripen?" Your Majesty, the lastest the fruits should ripen is by today. Very well, they are really something that is only enjoyed by gods. Just after eating a few, I can already feel that every cell in my body is full of vitality. If I can eat all the fruits on this planet, no one in the universe will be my match. Just as Slug was saying, the scouter on the spacecraft suddenly beeped non-stop and then, someone on the spaceship was heard shouting, "Your Majesty." A stranger has suddenly appeared on the planet whose power level seems to be extremely powerful. Extremely powerful? How much? Slug asked. Your Majesty, the other party's power level has surpassed at least 3 million. We dare not continue to take the readings, otherwise the scouter on the spaceship may be at risk of explosion. 3 million. When they heard this number, several of Slug's direct subordinates gulped. A giant-like subordinate said nervously, King Slug. The situation is not right, please hurry up and have everyone come back. However, on hearing this, Slug coldly raised his head and stared at him. The subordinate suddenly trembled, and hurriedly tried to remedy the situation. Your Majesty, I actually meant. Slug didn't let him continue. He just pointed his finger at the other party, and Dante-GHT beam burst from between his fingers, shutting the mouth of his subordinate forever. Just a mere 3 million power level and you want me to retreat? Ridiculous. Slug don't need such cowardly subordinates. Yes, Your Majesty. The others responded immediately. Slug took off his cloak and walked outside with firm steps. Let's go. Let me see which stupid thief is trying to take my Tree of Might's fruits. On the other side, Lin Chen and the others were also shocked by the enormous size of the Tree of Might in front of them. Compared to the Tree of Might on Planet Vegeta, this Tree of Might is even bigger. Size of a Tree of Might should be determined according to the life force of living beings on the planet. As an agricultural planet, the life force on Planet Laula far exceeds that of Planet Vegeta, so this Tree of Might is almost 10 times larger than that on Planet Vegeta. And especially Tree of Might's fruits on the branches are like the stars in the sky, so many that they are impossible to count. Your Majesty, there are probably thousands of Tree of Might's fruits here, right? Han-Asia couldn't help saying. It may be because this planet is twice the size of Planet Vegeta, Bardock said. Lin Chen clenched his fists and said to them, these Tree of Might's fruits belong to us Saiyans. Han-Asia, Bardock, you take people to take care of Slug subordinates, I'll go find Slug. Yes, Lord Lin Chen. Bardock nodded immediately. But Han-Asia suddenly said, Your Majesty Lynx, leave Slug to me. You. Hannah, have you turned on the scouter? Slug already has 20 million power level. What? When Han-Asia heard his words, she quickly turned on the scouter. Bardock and the others' expressions suddenly changed and they turned on the scouter to check. As a result, after a while, sounds of GSPS could be heard. How can a Namekian have such a high power level? Han-Asia wondered. It's not as if she doesn't know about planet Namek. Namekians' power level is only around a few thousand, and some have even lower. Just like the Namekians on Earth, their power level is not even in thousand. Now a Namekian with a power level higher than Frost Demons has suddenly appeared, so everyone's first reaction was that their scouter was broken. But Saiyans, who have come to Planet Laula, have already learned key sense. When they turned off the scouter and perceived Slug's aura, they immediately sensed a terrifying aura that was far stronger than Frieza or even cooler who they encountered on Planet Ifrit last time. Slug is a super Namekian and just like a super Saiyan, he is the most powerful being among the Namekians. Hannah, the current you isn't his match. Lin Chen said. Identity Majesty Lynx, what about you? Han-Asia's face turned pale. For the first time since she was able to transform into a Super Saiyan, she could feel a sense of powerlessness. Don't worry, if it was another Super Namekian, I might not be able to deal with it, but Slug is still far inferior. Lin Chen smiled heartily, revealing his white teeth. In fact, if the one who appeared in front of Lin Chen now is Piccolo from the original work, who had merged with Kami during the androids' battle, even Lin Chen, who has a legendary Super Saiyan bloodline, may find it difficult to deal with him. Because Piccolo at that time was at least 5 times stronger than Frieza. Using the power level analysis in the original work, he had at least 500 million power level. When translated in Lin Chen's world, his normal state power level should be around 50 million, plus some magical abilities that Namekians have mastered. But Lin Chen is also not easy to deal with. But compared to the future Piccolo, Slug seems to lack training, which may be related to him weakening due to old age, so even though he has regained his youth, his power level is only double that of Frieza and the others. Kamehameha nodded lightly, then looked at Lin Chen for a while. Your Majesty, after we return, I hope you can guide me. I want to become stronger. Okay. Lin Chen smiled faintly. Kamehameha, who seemed to have always disliked training, was also stimulated by Slug. Watching Kamehameha and the others kill Slug's subordinates, Lin Chen stretched his limbs. Since returning to his own world, Lin Chen hasn't been able to meet an opponent in a long time who could allow him to exert his full strength. I hope you don't disappoint me. At this time, the demon warriors who had flown out of the spaceship were attacked by Bardock and others. In front of them, these people with power level around at most tens of thousands were easily killed like chopping melons and vegetables. Lord Slug. When he saw one of his direct subordinates screaming as he was evaporated by a light wave, Slug snorted coldly and took action. But at this time, Lin Chen suddenly appeared in front of Slug. Slug was quite surprised since he didn't sense any signs of Lin Chen appearing. It was as if he had suddenly appeared out of thin air. Even with a super Namekian's vision, he couldn't see his movements. Slug, your opponent is me. Lin Chen said indifferently. You are a Saiyan. Slug's eyes fell on the tail around Lin Chen's waist. Yes, I'm Planet Vegeta's Lynx. Lynx. Slug's eyes narrowed. The Saiyan, who is rumored to have killed Frost Demon Frieza, didn't he have this name? So it's you. Saiyan, I heard you killed Frieza. With Saiyan's strength, it's really amazing. But if you think you're invincible just because of that, it's too laughable. Slug said, his voice gradually overflowing with murderous intent, with my current strength, killing Frieza is just like squeezing an ant. I have no grudges with you Saiyans, you had better be sensible and leave immediately. Otherwise, after I harvest this batch of Tree of Might's fruits, the next target will be your Planet Vegeta. Ha! Lin Chen sneered, then he raised his hand and shot Death Beam at Slug. The golden light beam rapidly flew towards Slug and struck him. Rumble. A loud explosion sounded. But after the smoke dissipated, Slug was still standing in place without any injuries, however most of his clothes were torn to pieces. The helmet that Slug had been wearing was also shattered, revealing Namekian's two signature antennas. Courting death. Slug roared, an aura instantly erupted out from all over his body. The cold and dark aura stunned the Saiyans who were fighting. So powerful. This aura is indeed stronger than Frieza and cooler. Kamehameha and the others stared wide-eyed, cold sweat gradually seeping out of their foreheads, and they couldn't help worrying about Lin Chen's safety. As if showing off, Slug kept releasing his aura. Looking at Lin Chen who was standing still in front of him, Slug thought he was already scared. But at this moment, Slug saw Lin Chen raise the corners of his mouth and smile at him. If you want to scare people with aura, you should do it like this. What? Slug was dumbfounded. But the next moment, he saw Lin Chen opposite him give a loud shout, and surging energy began to gush out crazily as if the gates of an overflowing reservoir had been opened. His aura kept erupting out and this time it was Slug and his minions' turn to freak out. Their eyes widened and their bodies became stiff. In the sky of planet Laula, which was already like a dead heart, enormous dark clouds drifted over and golden lightning bolts suddenly fell and exploded in midair. While their formidable enemy emitted shockwaves and small debris began to float into the air because of his enormous strength. 10 million. 20 million. 50 million. 80 million. 100 million. 130 million. When Lin Chen's aura finally stopped erupting out, his appearance had already changed drastically. Slug looked at the person in front of him in disbelief. You are. I heard that you are a Super Namekian. Then, I'm sorry to say, but I am also a Super Saiyan. Lin Chen replied indifferently. Super Saiyan. Slug's face stiffened as he looked at the spiky golden-haired Lin Chen, whose entire body was emitting a golden aura. As someone who has lived for hundreds of years, Slug has naturally heard the legends of Super Saiyan. I see. No wonder you Saiyans could kill Frieza, it's really amazing. But, facing me, you are all still going to die. Ho! Energy suddenly erupted out in all directions with Slug as the center. The rubble around Lin Chen began to float in the sky because of his power, and even the rumbling sound of thunder scattered under this energy. Meanwhile, Slug moved and started the fight by being the first one to attack with a punch. Bang! The punch containing Slug's anger struck Lin Chen hard in the face. Immediately afterwards, Slug retracted his fists, shifted his positions and kept attacking Lin Chen from different angles. Bang, bang, bang. His fist struck Lin Chen again and again, producing muffled sounds, and at the same time, Slug's punching speed was getting faster and faster, making crackling sounds like firecrackers in the sky. Seeing Slug completely overwhelming his opponent, his subordinates shouted in Jodontong Live. King Slug is invincible. Come on, Your Majesty, kill these Saiyans. On Saiyan's side, everyone's faces were stiff. But suddenly, these people heard Bardock cry out, don't be discouraged. His Majesty Link's ki has not weakened at all. Everyone was dazed. Just then, Lin Chen, who was taking the blows all this time without moving, finally threw his first punch in the fight. Bang! His punch connected with Slug's face, who was about to attack, and smashed him to the ground, creating a bottomless hole. SSS. All the demon warriors gasped. Slug, this is how you punch. Lin Chen said indifferently. Ah. Under the big hole, Slug's limbs had been broken and crushed, but the regeneration that he wished for to Purunga caused his body to quickly return to its original state. However, although he has amazing regeneration powers, he was not immune to pain. Slug's face revealed a distorted expression because of the pain. Super Saiyan. Amazing. If it was before I regained my youth, you would have been the #1 expert in the universe. But unfortunately, I have already made a wish to Dragon Balls to restore my youth. Now I am already invincible in the world. Prepare to feel the fear. Watch the true strength of a Super Namekian. The ground suddenly began to shake violently as a terrifying aura again erupted out with a bang. Anyone who can sense aura will find that Slug's aura has started to rise again. How is this possible? How could that Namekian have such power? 30 million, 40 million, 100 million, 150,200 million. Lord Bardock, Slug's power level has exceeded 200 million. What? Just when everyone was stunned, a tall, sinister-looking Namekian stood up from the big hole. Who is this giant Namekian if not Slug? Is this the giant transformation of Namekians? Lin Chen pondered as he looked at giant Slug from below, who was like a titan. Namekian's transformation is different from ordinary races of the universe transformation, it is a body transformation. In addition to his body becoming enormous, his power level has also increased by tenfold. Before Slug's power level was 20 million, a tenfold increase, that is, more than 200 million power level. It is 70 million higher than Lin Chen's current power level of 130 million. The terrifying and vast aura couldn't help but cause even Hanasia, a Super Saiyan, to tremble. How is it, Saiyan? Can you sense my boundless power? Now, prepare to die. Slug roared before his body suddenly jumped into the sky. Although his body has become huge, his speed has not decreased, and he is even more agile than before. Bang, bang, bang. Slug and Lin Chen exchanged punches as their bodies turned into afterimages, appearing everywhere in the sky and on the ground, and then quickly disappearing. The golden aura and Slug's energy continued to expand, and it looked as if doomsday had arrived on the entire planet Laola as various kinds of natural disasters repeatedly appeared everywhere. From time to time, Slug's demon warriors got caught up in the fight between the two, directly blowing to pieces. Seeing this, the rest of the people fled to the ground to avoid being implicated. Heavens, so Namekians can also be so strong. He is actually equally matched against His Majesty Lynx. What equally matched? His aura has already surpassed His Majesty Lynx. The Saiyans who had followed Lin Chen had never seen such a powerful enemy. Ever since Lin Chen became Super Saiyan, they have believed that His Majesty Lynx is the #1 powerhouse in the universe. But unexpectedly, today, someone has surpassed Lynx in power level. No. I have to help His Majesty. Seeing that Lin Chen seemed to be at a disadvantage, Han-Asia immediately transformed into Super Saiyan and wanted to go forward to headhunt him. Wait a moment. Bardock pulled her back, Queen. Even you can't intervene at that level of fight. Then what should I do? Do you want me to just watch as Lynx get defeated? Don't worry. Your Highness, can't you see it? Although His Majesty Lynx is not as powerful as that Namekian, he is at least able to fight on par with him. Huh? Yeah. What's going on? Only now Han-Asia realized. There is clearly a disparity between his and the Namekian's power level, but how has Lin Chen still not lost? Slug also wanted to know the answer to this question. You nimble monkey. Slug was feeling extremely aggrieved because of the way the fight was going on. He is clearly far more powerful than his opponent, but unfortunately the situation on the battlefield was still equally matched. Do you not understand? You are really stupid. You may have power, but you can't even use it properly. You are such a disappointment. Effortlessly dodging Slug's attacks, Lin Chen's voice was somewhat regretful. He thought that the giant slug would allow him to use his full strength, but it's a pity. Maybe it's because he was sent to Planet Slug when he was very young. On that planet, Slug has been basically invincible ever since he reached adulthood, and rarely has any worthy opponents. So although Slug is a super Namekian, his way of wielding his powers is much worse. Disappoint you? Ridiculous. What are you even talking so much nonsense in front of me? Slug's loud voice caused the air to whirl around. Whoosh! With a ferocious look on his face, he waved his gigantic fists. The giant fists were like a meteorite, domineering and shocking, but before they could hit Lin Chen, he dodged them as if he could see the future. On planet Namek, there is a special technique called Ki Sense. Like you, a Namekian, who had also wandered to other planets during the planet Namek catastrophe, has improved this technique and developed a special martial art which can predict and judge the enemy's movements just by sensing the flow of Ki without using eyes. Compared to that Namekian, although you are much more powerful, you can't use it at all. Hearing Lin Chen's indifferent words, Slug's forehead bulged with blue veins. Shut up. The fist hanging in the air suddenly swept towards Lin Chen, but was easily dodged by him again. Then, Lin Chen landed on Slug's fist and began to sprint along his arm. Bang! Lin Chen's fist slammed into Slug's face, making his eyes see stars. After the ruthless punch, it was followed by rapid attacks. Lin Chen's punches hit Slug countless times in the blink of an eye before he put his palms together and a golden radiance suddenly erupted out. Kamehameha. An energy wave emitting a golden light aggressively shot straight towards Slug like a roaring dragon and slammed into his head with an unstoppable force. When the radiance dissipated, Slug's head had disappeared in front of everyone's eyes. King. King Slug. The demon warriors cried out in grief, while Saiyans cheered loudly. 1. Long live! Long live King Lynx! While cheering, these Saiyans who can be regarded as the best warriors on Planet Vegeta, also thought about what Lin Chen just said. Bardock, in particular, got a deep understanding of this. It turns out that the disparity in strength does not always determine the outcome of the fight. Lin Chen's words seem to be filled with wisdom, making them understand it deeply. However, when everyone thought that the result was already decided, Lin Chen did not cancel his fighting state, instead he stared at the headless Slug's corpse. Suddenly, Slug's head grew out of his body. This scene terrified everyone. Even the demon warriors didn't think that Slug would resurrect even though he had lost his head. Slug gasped heavily and looked at Lin Chen with red eyes. "Damn it. My powers are clearly stronger than yours. Why is this happening? How can I lose?" Slug suddenly opened his mouth wide and energy beam shot out from his mouth. This energy beam is even more powerful than Lin Chen's Kamehameha. If it hits the ground, it may directly penetrate through the planet's mantle. But even if it is an amazingly powerful technique, what's the use if it can't hit? Before the energy beam could hit Lin Chen, he disappeared and appeared at Slug's feet, and then charged up quickly, accumulating violent power in his fists. "Why are you so fast?" When Slug reacted, he only had time to stretch out his arms and try to block the attack. Bang! Feeling a piercing pain from his chest, Slug looked down and realized that a big hole had appeared in his chest at an unknown time. "Ah!" Slug roared out angrily, his face contorting. But then, he suddenly turned around and looked at Lin Chen who had flown into the sky with a sneer. Using his energy, the big hole in his stomach was quickly filled, and he quickly recovered as before. "Saiyan. You are indeed strong, but I have already made a wish to Purunga to have an immortal body. No matter how many times you kill me, I will not die." After getting strengthened by Planet Namek's Eternal Dragon, Slug's recovery ability is already comparable to Android Cell from the future. Looking at Slug's aura, it doesn't seem like he is a normal Namekian who consumes a lot of stamina once a severed limb is regenerated. Unless he encounters someone with absolute strength disparity, it's almost impossible for Slug to lose. Unfortunately, the one he has encountered this time is Lin Chen. Immortal body? In front of me, something like that doesn't exist. It's just your recovery ability that is stronger. As long as I destroy your entire body, how would you regenerate? Lin Chen sneered. Slug was stunned for a moment before laughing wildly. "Ridiculous. How are you going to destroy me completely with your meager strength? Let me see what you can do. Then open your eyes wide and watch." After he finished speaking, Lin Chen suddenly roared wildly and his body instantly became bigger and his already terrifying aura rose even more. His body quickly grew and surpassed 2 meters and his body was completely surrounded by a raging yellow-green aura. Legendary Super Saiyan form. Ever since Lin Chen has returned to his own world, this is the first time he is showing this legendary form in front of everyone. How can you transform again?" Seeing Lin Chen's terrifying form, Slug swallowed and felt a trace of fear. And it was not only him. Even the people on the entire planet, including Bardock and Han Asia, were being suppressed by Lin Chen's aura and gradually became unable to move. So scary. Isn't His Majesty a Super Saiyan? Are there other transformations beyond Super Saiyan? As a Super Saiyan herself, Han Asia can feel the disparity between herself and Lin Chen the most. As for the other Saiyans, because of the suppressing effect of legendary Super Saiyan bloodline on Saiyans, they were unable to speak. "Ha, don't try to pretend. Do you think you can kill me if you change your appearance?" Slug laughed unwillingly and suddenly heard Lin Chen say, "Of course." Then, Lin Chen immediately disappeared, and when he reappeared, he was already next to Slug's head as he punched Slug's forehead hard. This time, Slug's head exploded like a balloon and he collapsed with a loud bang. With a thud, Slug's body hit the ground, but by the time he got up, Slug's head had regenerated. What's going on? Your strength. Feeling dizzy, Slug got up while staggering as his heart was full of confusion. He didn't understand why that Saiyan, whose body has just expanded, seems to be like a different person. Could it be that Lin Chen's transformation, just like his, doubles the power level? You don't need to get up, lie down and wait to die. In mid-air, Lin Chen shouted loudly as he turned over his palms and pressed down. The space seems to solidify as under the push of his palm, Slug immediately lay down on the ground again. Boom! For several kilometers around Slug, a huge handprint appeared. And under the handprint, Slug was buried deep in the ground with the bones all over his body seemingly broken. Although his body was recovering rapidly, the severe pain still made him feel like dying. Lin Chen descended, grabbed Slug with one hand and surprisingly, he pulled Slug's gigantic body out from the ground even though his size wasn't even 1/10 of Slug. Damn bastard! Slug suddenly reached out and grabbed Lin Chen tightly. Ha ha ha! Now you can't escape. I'm going to crush you to death. Slug suddenly exerted force, but found that his hands couldn't move at all. No matter how hard Slug tried, he couldn't crush Lin Chen to death as he imagined. How is that possible? Why is this happening? Slug, you think you are the strongest. No matter how good you think you are, there is always someone out there that is better. Lin Chen said coldly. He easily pried away Slug's hands, and then under Slug's distorted expression, he threw Slug into the sky and fired 2 green energy balls with both hands. Blaster Meteor. The 2 energy balls chased after Slug, and suddenly grew bigger in mid-air, resembling 2 green suns. As soon as the 2 energy balls full often entered and touched Slug's body, it started to get destroyed and erode. Every cell in his body was decomposed under this energy, and then turned into nothingness. Please please, don't kill me. Don't kill me. At this moment, Slug could finally feel the threat of death. He finally understood that what Lin Chen said before was not a joke. He really has the ability to instantly kill Slug. Even Slug's enhanced recovery ability could not heal his body if every inch of his body began to evaporate at the same moment. Knowing that he was about to be swallowed by death, Slug cried out sadly with a contorted look on his face. Lin Chen watched all this silently, but at this time, the system's voice suddenly sounded in his mind. Ding! Reminding the host that you still have a task to complete. Find Slug without using any outside forces and bring him back to planet Namek alive. Oh! I almost forgot. Startled, Lin Chen waved both of his hands and the 2 energy balls immediately dispersed, leaving behind only a small part of Slug's head and neck. Lin Chen flew over to Slug's head, grabbed it and asked in a cold voice, Slug, do you want to die or are you going to surrender? I surrender. I surrender. With a slight flick, Lin Chen threw away Slug's head to the ground. Hannah, Bardock. Go deal with Slug's subordinates without leaving anyone behind. I want to control this planet immediately. All the Tree of Might's fruits here are ours. Yes, Your Majesty. After receiving Lin Chen's order, Bardock and Han Asia came back to their senses and began to attack Slug's subordinates. One after another shock waves broke through the sky. With Bardock and others' average power level of several 100,000, plus the Super Saiyan Han Asia, dealing with these cannon fodder soldiers whose power level was only in tens of thousands of range was just like a tiger entering a flock of sheep. The warriors of the demon race and planet Slug were not their match at all as their screams continued to resound. Ah! Lord Slug! Save me! Help, Lord! Soon, their screams were swallowed up by the scorching energy. By this time, Slug's body had already recovered, but the mental trauma was not so easy to recover. Although Lin Chen had now returned to the normal state and was no longer emitting a dangerous aura, but as Slug remembered the fear of being so close to death, he lost his will to fight. He cancelled the giant form, and then knelt down beside Lin Chen on one knee while trembling, completely ignoring his subordinates' cries for help. Finally, the scream subsided completely, and there was no one from Slug's people left alive on the entire planet. With the help of their scouters, no Dant could escape the Saiyans' pursuit. Your Majesty! The planet has been cleaned up. After a while, Bardock and the group arrived beside Lin Chen and knelt down on one knee. Bardock, don't notify Galactic Patrol that we have completed the mission for the time being. Stay here and wait for all the Tree of Might's fruits to ripen before picking them. Understood. After giving the order, Lin Chen turned to look at Slug again and asked, Slug, what do the seeds of the Tree of Might's fruit look like? Sir, I know about that. Each Tree of Might will bear 1 or 2 golden fruits. This fruit is the seed. Slug didn't dare to hide it and obediently coughed it up. You all heard that? Remember to preserve the seeds. I have something else to do. I will bring this guy and leave for a while. Meanwhile, you collect all the fruits you can. Understood, Your Majesty. After giving them the instructions, Lin Chen put his hand on Slug's shoulder, and the next moment, he teleported to Planet Namek. When he saw the familiar scene around him, Slug was taken aback. Sir, this is... Lin Chen didn't answer him immediately as he was listening to the system prompts ringing in his mind. Ding! Congratulations host for completing the task of finding Slug without using any outside force and bringing him back to Planet Namek alive. Your reward has been given. Then, a piece of knowledge related to mental power suddenly appeared in Lin Chen's mind. Host, Lin Chen. Power level, 6.68 million. Bloodline, Legendary Super Saiyan Bloodline. Skills, Instant Transmission, Beginner Martial Arts Talent, Beginner Unlock Potential, Perfect Key Control and Beginner Telekinesis. With a faint smile, Lin Chen said, This is Planet Namek, there is someone here who wants to meet you. Meet me? Lin Chen put his hand on Slug's shoulder again, and this time, he teleported directly to the Great Elder's house. When he appeared in front of the Great Elder, Slug was startled. It's you? Slug! Seeing Slug suddenly appear, Nail was taken aback and immediately took a defensive posture. But he soon saw that Lin Chen was also beside Slug. Mr. Lin Chen. Lin Chen nodded and said to the Great Elder, I have fulfilled the promise. I have brought Slug. Whether he lives or dies, it is all up to you to decide. What? Slug was shocked. He originally thought that he had escaped the disaster, but he did not expect that it was only delayed for a while. Slug wanted to run away, but Lin Chen, who had been prepared, immediately transformed into Legendary Super Saiyan and slapped Slug on the ground with one palm. Sir, please spare my life. Slug fell to the ground and immediately begged for mercy. Don't move around recklessly, or I'll kill you. Lin Chen snorted coldly and looked up at the Great Elder. Great Elder, Slug's strength isn't something that your Planet Namek can handle. Without me, he could kill you all by himself, so you have to think about it carefully. When Lin Chen spoke, Great Elder and others were shocked by his terrifying Legendary Super Saiyan aura. Because of such terrifying strength, the entire planet seems to be shaking. No wonder Slug, the Super Namekian, is no match for him. I really didn't make a mistake at that time. This young man is indeed the savior of their Planet Namek. After coming back to his senses, the Great Elder said, Mr. Lin Chen, please retract your aura first, otherwise, soon Planet Namek won't be able to take it anymore. All right. Lin Chen retracted his aura and kicked Slug. Then what are you going to do with him? I am a busy person, so I can't stay here all the time. Great Elder nodded, then opened his eyes which had been closed all this time and looked at Slug. Mr. Lin Chen, when I made the request to you, I thought you would directly kill Slug, but I didn't expect you to capture him alive. Thank you. In fact, it was better to bring him back to Planet Namek than to kill him outright. Great Elder sighed and said, Mr. Lin Chen, it'll trouble you to stay for a while and watch Slug for me. I need to gather the Dragon Balls of Planet Namek. Dragon Balls? Do you want to use Purunga? Lin Chen raised his eyebrows, not understanding Great Elder's intentions. Yes, I'll leave Slug to you. All right. Lin Chen folded his arms, ready to see what the Great Elder was going to do with Slug. Judging from his behavior, it doesn't seem like he wants to kill Slug, but what is the reason for gathering the Dragon Balls? Lin Chen was puzzled even after thinking about it very hard. While Slug, on the other hand, knelt down on the ground with a look of despair. Just when everyone was occupied with their varying thoughts, elders from various villages kept coming with Dragon Balls. When they saw Slug, they were all surprised, thinking that he had come back for Dragon Balls again. However, when they saw Lin Chen, they realized that this was not the case. Putting Tien the Dragon Balls, the elders gathered together and stealthily called Nail over to ask about the situation. Nail, what's going on? Yeah, why is Slug here again? And Lin Chen too? I don't know either, this is the arrangement of the Great Elder. Finally, when the 7 Dragon Balls were gathered, the Great Elder actually stood up from his chair and personally summoned Purunga. Following the summons of the Great Elder, Planet Namek's sky darkened instantly. Whoever has gathered the 7 Dragon Balls, please state thy wish. Purunga said. Great Elder took a deep breath and shouted with all his strength. Because the Great Elder had made a wish in Planet Namek's language, Lin Chen didn't know what he was saying. However, he discovered that after the Great Elder's voice fell, the expressions of Nail and the others changed greatly, and even Slug by his side fiercely trembled. Why? Why are you doing this? Lin Chen glanced at them and shouted towards Nail, Nail, what wish did the Great Elder make? Mr. Lin Chen, Great Elder wants Purunga to dispel the evil thoughts within Slug's body. Dispel evil thoughts? Wait, isn't Slug a pure evil Namekian? How can his evil thoughts be dispelled? Sure enough, Purunga lowered his head, his 2 snail-like antennas fluttering in the air. Sorry, this wish cannot be fulfilled. Slug has no good thoughts in his body, he is purely evil. Dispelling evil thoughts is equivalent to killing him. Hearing this, Great Elder seemed to have already known that it would be the answer, but he still found it regretful. I understand, it really is then Purunga, can you purify Slug's evil thoughts? Slug's strength has surpassed mine, so I can't do that, Purunga said. You may not be able to do it alone, but if someone cooperates with you, can you do it? Asked the Great Elder again. I can try. But it would need all my strength and consume 3 wishes. Great Elder smiled and then said to the others, everyone, listen carefully, from now on, Slug is the new Great Elder. The magical powers of Dragon Balls will continue on. Great Elder? What? The eyes of all the elders widened and even Slug found it hard to believe. What does Great Elder mean? Does he want to hand over the Elder's position to Slug? Lin Chen was equally at a loss. What's this situation? He brought Slug from so far away and he is going to become Planet Namek's Great Elder. But how could such an unforgivable evildoer become the Great Elder of Namekians? Has the Great Elder gone crazy? At this time, Nail seemed to have realized Great Elder's intentions and shouted loudly, no, Great Elder. Is it worth it for a guy who is stained with the blood of people? It's all my fault that Slug became what he is now. If it wasn't for me, he would have been a good child. My mistake, I have to make up for it myself. While speaking, the Great Elder walked up to Slug while leaning on a crutch and put a hand on his chest. Hey! Old man, what are you doing? Slug said in a panic, but he didn't dare to act rashly because of Lin Chen. Don't worry, it will not have any effect on your consciousness. You will still be you. Great Elder laughed. Seeing what Great Elder was doing, Lin Chen finally understood that Great Elder was going to merge with Slug. He is going to use his own good thoughts and with the help of Purunga to purify the evil in Slug's heart. Great Elder, you Lin Chen couldn't help but say. Mr. Lin Chen, thank you, thanks to you, I have a chance to make amends for my mistake. Goodbye, may Namekians be in peace forever. Swish. Following the disappearance of the Great Elder, Purunga's eyes emitted a red light and a thunderbolt fell from the sky directly on Slug's body. Ah! Slug screamed as if in great pain. Immediately afterwards, Lin Chen saw that a cloud of black ki had come out of his mouth. At this time, the third Elder Muri shouted, "Mr. Lin Chen. That is Slug's evil thoughts, please work together with Purunga to purify it." Purify? How do I purify it? Use your ki. Hearing this, Lin Chen instantly transformed into legendary Super Saiyan, and then brought his palms together. Kamehameha. The golden energy wave rushed towards the black ki. The mass of black ki was instantly destroyed and blown away until it disappeared. Thy wish has been fulfilled. Farewell, Great Elder. When Lin Chen was using his ki to blow away the black ki, Purunga said as his blood-red dragon's eyes widened and then he disappeared in front of everyone's eyes. When the sky again turned bright, Slug stood up from the ground. Lin Chen sized up the Namekian who used to be called Slug. Although his appearance was still the same, his aura was really completely different from before. Not only was there no evil ki in his aura anymore, but it was also as gentle and calm as Great Elder's aura. It's just that most of his strength was gone, maybe due to his evil powers. The current Slug's power level was much weaker than before, only around 5 million. Slug, what has happened to you? I am neither Slug nor the Great Elder now, but a Namekian who has forgotten his own name, Slug replied while looking at his body. Hearing this, Lin Chen turned around and asked Nail, what happened just now? How did Slug become like this? Nail sighed, in order for Purunga to dispel the evil thoughts in Slug, Great Elder has merged with Slug. What you eliminated just now are the evil thoughts that have accumulated in Slug's body in the past. Originally, evil thoughts will create a new clone. If the clone is killed, the main body will also die, but because of the vitality provided by Great Elder's merging, Slug's main body did not die with the clone. I really didn't expect that the Great Elder would do this for Slug. Hearing this, Lin Chen couldn't help but sigh. At this time, the second Elder of Planet Namek stepped forward and said, Slug, although I cannot understand what the Great Elder had in mind, but according to the Great Elder's last wish, you are now the new Great Elder of our planet Namek. Slug turned around. The evil look that he always had on his face was nowhere to be seen. I know. After merging with the Great Elder, I have understood the truth of the matter, and I no longer hold a grudge against him. From now on, I will inherit his will and work hard for the peace of planet Namek. After saying that, Slug again turned to look at Lin Chen and bowed towards him. Thank you, Mr. Lin Chen. If you had killed me on planet Laula, I wouldn't have the chance to obtain an opportunity for a new life. Lin Chen never imagined that at the end, this matter would end with such an outcome. Great Elder, who was supposed to die in a few years, died ahead of time by merging with Slug. In that case, the storyline of this world may become a mess in the future. But then Lin Chen thought, even Frieza is dead and there will be no battle for planet Namek's Dragon Balls in the future. So, what storyline does he have to think about? After saying goodbye to Namekians, Lin Chen returned to planet Laula. At this time, all the Tree of Might's fruits on the planet had been picked, and even a Tree of Might's seed was found. After going through all this, Lin Chen and the others have gained quite a lot. Because of the abundant vitality on planet Laula, Tree of Might bore at least 1,000 fruits. Lin Chen first took out a dozen of them and distributed them to the Saiyan warriors who participated in this mission. Everyone got a few, which is regarded as a reward for them. Since he had eaten several Tree of Might's fruits, he knows that its effect on increasing power level is actually limited. Its greatest effect is on improving mental power and nourishing vitality. So a few per person is enough for them to consume. As for the remaining Tree of Might's fruits, Lin Chen plans to keep half of them for himself to train his mental power, and the rest will be used as a reward on Planet Vegeta for those Saiyans who have made great contributions. In the future, Lin Chen also plans to plant Tree of Might again after finding a suitable planet. With the help of the power of eternal dragons, Planet Vegeta may be able to obtain more Tree of Might's fruits in the future. When that time comes, let alone as a reward, there would be more than enough to provide each Saiyan with one. At that time, Saiyan's overall strength may also take a new leap. After making proper arrangements for everything, Lin Chen together with everyone destroyed the Tree of Might on planet Laola, and then used instant transmission and disappeared from the planet. In the blink of an eye, another 2 months passed. Ever since they brought back a lot of Tree of Might's fruits, many people, including King Vegeta, started a new wave of training. On one hand, it is because of Tree of Might's fruit, a precious item that is extremely helpful for training. On the other hand, Lin Chen's legendary Super Saiyan form during his fight with Slug also gave them a lot of stimulation. Saiyans refused to admit defeat. Although they knew it was impossible for them to catch up with Lin Chen, King Vegeta and the others did not want to be too far from Lin Chen. Especially Hanasia, this time's experience made her deeply feel her powerlessness. After returning, she often looked for Lin Chen to train together. One day, after a merciless training with Hanasia, Lin Chen walked out of the gravity chamber and saw Paragus. Paragus, didn't you go to train? My talent is mediocre. It cannot be compared to you, Your Majesty, and it is also far inferior to Bardock and others, so I have decided to focus my energy on Planet Vegeta and your great cause. Paragus said with his head lowered. Lin Chen smiled, knowing that he wasn't flattering him on purpose. Indeed, among Lin Chen's right-hand man, Paragus' talent is the most mediocre. Although he gave birth to a genius like Broly, Paragus' own talent can only be regarded as mediocre. Without relying on Lin Chen's unlocked potential and Tree of Might's fruit, he wouldn't have even been able to reach 500,000 power level. Tell me, what's the matter this time? Your Majesty, it's Dr. Gero. He made a request, but it's hard for me to make a decision on it, Paragus said. Saiyan has no scientists, but there are quite a few on other planets. Since Dr. Gero arrived, Lin Chen had put Paragus in charge of Dr. Gero. If Dr. Gero needs anything, he can directly look for Paragus. During this time, Paragus had people build a new research institute for Gero, while recruiting experts in biology and robots from other planets to cooperate with Dr. Gero's research. Now hearing that there was something that Paragus couldn't make a decision on, Lin Chen couldn't help but feel curious. Oh. What is it that you cannot decide? Paragus came over and whispered a few words in Lin Chen's ear. Hearing this, Lin Chen's eyes froze. I see, he'll go over and take a look first, let's make a decision then. Yes, Your Majesty. Dr. Gero's research institute was not on Planet Vegeta, but on an asteroid in the galaxy where Planet Vegeta is located. Because Planet Vegeta's gravity is 10 times that of Earth, even if Dr. Gero's power level has been increased, it is a burden for Dr. Gero who is not familiar with this gravity. Considering that the aliens who came to be Dr. Gero's assistants might not be strong, in the end, Paragus set up the research institute on another planet after comprehensive consideration. Because they are in the same galaxy, it is convenient to go back and forth. It is only a 10-minute journey from Planet Vegeta in a spaceship. When Lin Chen teleported to the research institute, Dr. Gero was having a heated argument with several alien scientists. No. This design has to be done this way. But this is so unreasonable. As long as it conforms to science, it is reasonable. Lin Chen coughed and said, Dr. Gero. Hearing his name, Dr. Gero, who was arguing, was stunned. When he turned around and saw Lin Chen, he immediately dismissed everyone, hurried over with a respectful look on his face. Your Majesty Lin Chen. Why are you here? I heard from Paragus that your recent research is a little problematic. So, I came over to take a look. Lin Chen put his hands behind his back, looked around and said, this is my first time here. Would you mind showing me around? Of course not. Dr. Gero immediately led Lin Chen and began to show him around the research institute. From research labs, laboratories, production workshops to living areas, the Smalden Search Institute don't everything that one needs in it. Lin Chen asked while looking around, Dr. Gero, Paragus said you want to get Saiyans' corpses for research? Yes, Your Majesty, but don't get me wrong, I don't mean to disrespect Saiyans, rather I hope to improve my android technology through research. Dr. Gero explained, actually, you may already know that my android technology is essentially a human transforming technology. The androids I made in the past for the Red Ribbon Army and the Android 11 that was destroyed by you, they were all made by me using human bodies. But now that we are far away from Earth, I want to study Saiyans' bodies. I think that with Saiyans being stronger than humans, if I transform them with their bodies as foundation, we can definitely obtain more powerful androids. I'm sorry Dr. Gero, but I can't agree to your request. Lin Chen shook his head and said, Saiyans regard their bodies as special, so it's impossible for you to recklessly conduct research on them. But Your Majesty. Lin Chen shook his head and said, Dr. Gero, I know you should be able to make android out of nothing, right? Out of nothing. Dr. Gero was stunned. Theoretically, yes, I made one for the Red Ribbon Army in the past. Then continue to research in this direction. Lin Chen touched his chin and said, Dr. Gero, I can now give you two options, one is to make android out of nothing, and the other is that we can provide you with the corpses of some criminals, so that you can carry out research on human transformation. But I personally prefer the former one. Making android out of nothing. That's right. Dr. Gero, I know that your purpose for making androids wouldn't create super warriors who can defeat the enemies of the Red Ribbon Army, but now that you're working for us Saiyans, the purpose of making androids should change. Lin Chen said, Saiyan don't need super android warriors yet, but warriors who can assist Saiyans in battle, and androids that can train with Saiyans. In other words, we need mass-produced android warriors and not just a few elites. Your future research should develop in this direction first. After accumulating skills, you may conduct research on super warriors. I understand. Dr. Gero lowered his head, not knowing whether he heard it or not. At this moment, Lin Chen suddenly threw a fruit to Dr. Gero. Your Majesty, is this Tree of Might's fruit? Dr. Gero frowned as he looked at the slightly ugly fruit in his hand. This is indeed Tree of Might's fruit, which can activate the vitality of cells. Dr. Gero, you must be quite old, right? This can increase your lifespan and improve your power level. Lin Chen explained. What? There is such a thing in the universe? Dr. Gero said with joy. For a man of his age, there is nothing more joyous than extending his lifespan. Taking the fruit carefully, Dr. Gero's expression changed. The hesitation, regret and reluctance on his face turned into respect for Lin Chen again. Thank you for the reward, Your Majesty. I will readjust the research direction, but Your Majesty, if possible, it is best to give me aliens' bodies. Lord Paragus has found a lot of assistance for me. I think I can carry out 2 routes of research at the same time. Okay. I'll let Paragus arrange it. After saying that, Lin Chen was about to leave. But at this time, he suddenly thought of something and turned around. By the way, Dr. Gero, are you conducting research on gene technology? Gene technology? Your Majesty, what are you talking about? Dr. Gero said in surprise. Lin Chen stared at Dr. Gero, and after a few seconds, he smiled, it's fine, then goodbye. After saying that, Lin Chen used instant transmission and left the research institute. Returning to Planet Vegeta, Lin Chen appeared directly in front of Paragus. Your Majesty. You are back. Dr. Gero, I have already made arrangements. Paragus, if there are aliens killed by us during any mission in the future, remember to have their corpses brought back to Dr. Gero for research. Lin Chen said. Your Majesty, do you approve of his experiment of transforming people? Paragus said. Lin Chen nodded, as long as he doesn't use Saiyans' bodies, let him do it. But Your Majesty, Paragus suddenly hesitated. What's wrong? Your Majesty, I heard that Dr. Gero had previously created an android with a power level of over 100,000. He could create such warriors just with the powers of a human. I have never heard of such skills. So I am worried that, if one day, Dr. Gero makes an android whose strength surpasses us Saiyans, what should we do? Do you think he can do it? Lin Chen asked. This I just think it's possible. Paragus wasn't too confident. But Lin Chen knew that his worries were not unfounded. In the original history, Dr. Gero had indeed achieved such a feat using science and technology. He transformed ordinary people with a power level of less than 5 into android warriors with more strength than the Emperor of the Universe, Frieza. Plus, just because he knew about the brilliant achievements of Dr. Gero in the future, Lin Chen knew that Paragus' worries were not for nothing. Your Majesty, there are many technological civilizations in the universe that have been destroyed because of their own technological creations. We have to guard against such things, Paragus said. Lin Chen pondered for a while, nodded and said, got it. Paragus, keep a close watch on Dr. Gero. I understand, Your Majesty. Paragus nodded. Meanwhile, on Earth, in the office of the Department of Genetic Engineering of North City College, a figure and a group of professors were chatting and laughing in the office. Suddenly, an email alert sounded in the office. Professor, you seem to have a new email. Hearing this, the figure who was chatting just now looked back and said, oh, wait a moment everyone. The figure walked to his computer. When he saw the sender of the new email, he was stunned for a moment and then immediately closed the computer. I'm sorry everyone, I have something to do, I have to go first. Ah. Then, goodbye Professor. Goodbye Professor. The figure didn't say much, but took his portable computer and left the school. After an unknown amount of time, in the mountains of the North City, an aircraft landed at the bottom of a basin in the mountains. The figure jumped off the aircraft, looked around and soon found a red stone. When the figure reached out and rotated the stone, a rumble sounded in the surroundings. Then, a huge iron gate suddenly appeared on an otherwise ordinary cliff. On the iron gate, there was a bright red RR logo which would make people frown. After dealing with Dr. Gero's matter, Lin Chen began to train again. Time passed very quickly. In the blink of an eye, 3 years passed. On a desolate planet far away from Planet Vegeta, Lin Chen looked at himself with excitement. Silver-white arcs were flashing in the space around him. Your Majesty! Is this your legendary Super Saiyan 2 form? It's so powerful. This overwhelming aura, you're already the most powerful Saiyan in the world, right? Not far away, Hanasia said excitedly. Bardock was also present. Watching Lin Chen's transformation, a few drops of sweat rolled down his face. As expected of Your Majesty, this aura, in my opinion, is no doubt comparable to a god. Lin Chen's legendary Super Saiyan form could already make the pure-blood Saiyans feel the fear from the bottom of their heart. But his current legendary Super Saiyan 2 form, although not as scary as the first form, makes people feel like they can't help but want to worship him. This is the strength of the King of Saiyans. When he felt that his aura had stopped growing, Lin Chen excitedly checked his attributes. Host, Lin Chen. Power level, 710 million. Because he has been honing his mental power, he has not trained his body much in the past 3 years. But relying on the power of his bloodline, Lin Chen's normal state power level still slowly increased to 7.1 million. To be honest, in terms of the growth of normal state's power level alone, Lin Chen's speed in these few years is not even comparable to that of Hanasia and Bardock. The normal state's power level of the latter two is now already 1.4 million and 1.9 million respectively. However, Lin Chen was not ashamed. Because in the past 3 years, he has been improving his mental power more. And relying on constant training and taking a lot of Tree of Might's fruit, Lin Chen's mental power has finally condensed to a certain extent. And which is enough for him to break through to legendary Super Saiyan 2 form. In the Super Saiyan 2 form, Lin Chen's power level can have an amplification of 100 times. An increase of 100 times of normal state 7.1 million power level is more than 700 million power level. At the same time, because of the improvement of mental power, Lin Chen now does not feel like he can't control his emotions as he did when he used the experience card. But this is only normal, I wonder what'll happen if I fight. Thinking of this, Lin Chen said, Bardock, Hannah, the two of you come together and train with me. Ah! Your Majesty, isn't the disparity between us and you too big? Don't talk nonsense and just fight. Lin Chen shouted. Hearing that, Han-Asia was the first to transform into Super Saiyan, and Bardock hesitated for a while before transforming too. That's right, in these 3 years, Bardock has already broken through and become the third Super Saiyan on Planet Vegeta. Compared with Lin Chen's natural success and Han-Asia's artificial advancement, Bardock's transformation was much more difficult. In the end, under Lin Chen's guidance and through image training, he imagined the scene of Planet Vegeta being destroyed by Frieza and only completed his transformation through extreme anger. But, in the end, he transformed through his own efforts. Also a Super Saiyan, Bardock's strength has reached 38 million, which is higher than Han-Asia and even cooler of that year. Don't the two Super Saiyans appeared in front of him, Lin Chen smiled and said to Han-Asia again, Hannah, use your full strength. Ah! But your Majesty, it's too embarrassing. Han-Asia hesitated. Don't talk nonsense. Getting shouted at by Lin Chen, Han-Asia looked aggrieved. Bardock looked confused. Hasn't Han-Asia already transformed? What does Lin Chen's words mean? But the next moment, Bardock understood. He saw Han-Asia suddenly yell and the muscles all over her body swelled up. Similar to when Lin Chen transforms into legendary Super Saiyan, her figure became quite burly. And her aura erupted out, and finally reached a level higher than Bardock's. Queen Hannah, your power level. It should be around 50 million now, right? According to links, I am now Super Saiyan 1 2nd grade. Hannah explained. Super Saiyan 1 2nd grade? So there are even more between Super Saiyan 2 and 1. Bardock said in surprise. Seeing him in a daze, Lin Chen explained, Bardock, Super Saiyan has several transformation forms. My current state, I call it Super Saiyan 2. Your state is Super Saiyan 1. And in transforming from Super Saiyan 1 to 2, there are several levels. You are now in the normal Super Saiyan form, which can also be called the first grade of Super Saiyan. Han-Asia has surpassed your level and reached Super Saiyan 2nd grade. After that, there is the 3rd grade, and the most perfect form of Super Saiyan 1, full power Super Saiyan. In different stages of transformation, there will be different increases in power level. Because of your bloodline, your Super Saiyan transformation only has 20 times amplification at the beginning, but after entering the 2nd grade, the amplification will become 35 times. After that, the amplification will be even higher. Hearing this, Bardock couldn't help asking, Your Majesty, what about you? I'm different from you both. My bloodline is the legendary Super Saiyan bloodline that only appears in 1,000 years. Therefore, my legendary Super Saiyan form's power level amplification is 50 times and after transforming into Super Saiyan 2 form, the amplification is 100 times. 200 times. Bardock was inwardly surprised when he heard this and could feel that the disparity between him and Lin Chen was really like heaven and earth. But Lin Chen's words also pointed out a way for Bardock to become stronger. Although he doesn't necessarily have the talent to further progress, what he has heard today may help his sons in the future. Okay, Bardock, Hannah, attack. Hearing Lin Chen's shout, they came to their senses. Fight! Bardock roared angrily, but this time, He didn't hold back anything and all the energy in his body erupted out. Kamehameha was also ready, and as soon as she gathered all her strength, she shot an energy wave towards Lin Chen. At this moment, the surging energy surrounding Lin Chen was burning and the ground and air was shaking. Boom! On the planet, a deafening loud noise instantly exploded out and everything was enveloped by a sudden burst of golden light. Hum! When the light dissipated, Kamehameha and Bardock had already fallen to the ground and lost consciousness. Soon after, in the wasteland, in a house that has appeared out of nowhere, Lin Chen was giving Kamehameha and Bardock a cup of hot coffee each. Sorry, I seem to have used a little too much strength just now. Your Majesty, you bullied me. Kamehameha looked aggrieved. Bardock rubbed his head in pain. Ha ha ha. Lin Chen laughed. Although he tried his best to restrain his strength, the disparity between the two sides was too large, which caused Kamehameha and Bardock to suffer a little. Thanks to you, I have now fully mastered the new transformation. Even in battles before, Lin Chen was still able to stay clear-headed. Now after 3 years of tempering, he is truly able to perfectly control the legendary Super Saiyan 2 form with his mental power. I wonder what kind of transformation there is after the legendary Super Saiyan 2 form. Is it legendary Super Saiyan 3? Or another variant? Lin Chen took a deep breath with a look of anticipation on his face. According to his current training speed, it does not seem impossible to reach the level of a god of destruction in the future. By the way, which year is it now? Lin Chen suddenly realized that, unconsciously, he seemed to have been training for a long time. Your Majesty, it's age 756 Earth time. It's around February or March, Bardock said. Seeing how clearly he remembers Earth time, it's clear he's been paying attention to Earth or his son Goku. Then is it going to be the 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament soon? I remember that I made an appointment with Tights to watch it together. Hannah, have you seen her recently? Lin Chen asked. Hannah shook her head. Tights seems to be riding behind closed doors. I haven't seen her for a long time. Then let's go watch it together this time. What about you, Bardock? Bardock was stunned for a moment before nodding and saying, I'll go too. Let's go together then. Let's go back to Planet Vegeta first, Hannah. Okay. By the way, Your Majesty, I have something I want to ask your opinion on. Bardock asked suddenly. What is it? Bardock hesitated for a moment before saying, Your Majesty, since we have the Tree of Might's fruit, the average power level of Saiyans on Planet Vegeta has increased by a lot, and the disparity between Kakarot and them has become wider and wider. I'm now considering whether I should provide pointers to that boy. But I remember you once said that it's best not to disturb Kakarot's training on Earth, so. Yes. Lin Chen also understood what Bardock meant. Now with the introduction of Ki Sense on Planet Vegeta, Saiyans' average level is getting stronger day by day. In contrast, Goku, who is also a Saiyan, has grown farther and farther apart from his compatriots. Lin Chen, who likes Goku and others from the original work very much, didn't want to disturb people on Earth because he didn't want it to change the storyline too much at the beginning. But now that the follow-up storyline in the original work is unlikely to happen, it may be time for Lin Chen to intervene. So, Lin Chen said, Fine. Bardock, after this tournament is over, let's give guidance to Kakarot, but you can leave this to me. Hearing this, Bardock rejoiced. If your Majesty is willing to help, then that's the best. The time of the World Martial Arts Tournament is approaching day by day. Lin Chen and the others went to Earth ahead of time to watch the tournament. On May 7th, the island in the southeast, where the World Martial Arts Tournament is being held, was cloudy and drizzly. After meeting with Lin Chen family, Bulma, Oolong, Puar and others arrived at the main entrance of the venue together. As soon as they got out of the car, they saw Turtle Hermit and Launch holding umbrellas. Hi. Bulma. Oolong, Puar. Launch greeted them while enthusiastically waving her hands. Looking at Bulma's beautiful dress, Turtle Hermit's blood boiled, and he wanted to touch it. But suddenly, Turtle Hermit felt the hairs on his body stand on end, causing him to stop. Because he saw Lin Chen's terrifying family again. Turtle Hermit, long time no see. Lin Chen smiled and waved. Long time no see. Turtle Hermit laughed awkwardly, and immediately turned to Bulma and the others and greeted them. He really can't afford to offend that monster Lin Chen. Fortunately, after saying hello, Lin Chen and Tights began to chat. Lin Chen, where are Bardock and Jine who came to Earth with you? Didn't I tell you? Now that Goku has grown older, he is almost identical to Bardock. He didn't dare to come over for fear of being recognized. Lin Chen explained. Really? You Saiyans. There is nothing wrong with a father and son meeting. Tights said in astonishment. At this moment, Tights suddenly stopped talking and turned around, and looked to one side. Lin Chen and Han Asia also looked in that direction together. There are 5 decent auras, Tights said. The average power level is more than 400. The strongest one is 500. Is it Kakarot and the others? Han Asia guessed. Lin Chen was also a little surprised. He didn't think that Goku and the others would get so much stronger than in the original work. After a while, 5 figures quickly flashed over and stopped in front of Turtle Hermit and others. Krillin, Tien Shinhan, Yamcha, Kaiotsu, you are here. Turtle Hermit and Bulma gathered around them. Everyone, long time no see. The 4 of them greeted them with a smile. Oh, you guys are back. I haven't seen you for 3 years, have you gotten a lot stronger? Turtle Hermit looked at the 4 of them and said in delight. After we went to Korin Tower together with Goku, we trained there for a year and then, like Goku, we got the qualification to go to the lookout to train. Krillin said proudly. Lookout? Amazing, no wonder the 4 of you have gotten so much stronger. Turtle Hermit sincerely in admiration. By the way, what about Goku? Why didn't he come with you? Goku? Isn't he right here? Krillin pointed behind him in surprise. Only then did Turtle Hermit and the others notice that behind the 4 of them was a young man who looked familiar. Bulma rubbed her eyes and looked at the young man suspiciously. She swallowed and asked in disbelief, could it be you or Goku? It's me. Can't you recognize me with the cloth wrapped around my head? Goku said, and took off the cloth wrapped around his head. It's really Goku. Turtle Hermit and the others were taken aback. They didn't expect that the little boy from before had grown into a handsome and tall guy.